Welcome to the Sunless Sea playthrough here, part 8. I looked briefly back at the two previous parts I recorded and realized that in the intro I transposed the part numbers. I think I said part 6 was part 7 and part 7 was part 6. Either way, we're on part 8, so let's go ahead and dive in and see where things are at in our game. It's been a few days since I actually played this game, so I'll have to refresh my memory as long as anyone else where we're at. Okay, we're at Codex. Interesting. Let's go ahead and pause and look at the map. Okay, so let's look at our notes and see, let's start reorienting ourselves on where we're trying to go. Strategic information is in Frostfound to the north. That would make sense why we're in the north. Looks like we're at Codex here. We did this. We returned our tomb tour to Venderbite. We did see that there was an option to do it again if we wanted to, so let's just make a note of that. I do recall that, actually. Venderbite. Let's see, we could start another tomb tour if we wanted to at some point. Gonna just add these to ignore. Not that it really matters, just ignoring a few of the names of the... I guess it doesn't really help. You have to ignore all of them. Okay, anyways. See, I was also organizing my notes a little bit, if I remember correctly. I want to like put the ports at the bottom of my current game notes. And I had the officers up here. Make a note of the color. If we ever find the color, the book of colors, we could make a note on where we think. I think I said before that I wasn't too interested in like trying to take detailed notes on these right away until we started finding more of them, because I assumed we would just find them as we go, but we'll just make a note. There's a few we can keep our eye out for here. PV, so this is a Posian. I guess we'll make a quick note of these while we're getting up to date on where we're at. A Posian, Posian, and it says the blue of memory and brightest coral. I think that could be Port Cecil, maybe. There's coral there. That's where the chest stuff was at. It's a possibility. We have C, Cosmogon. This is Color of Remembered Suns. Color of Remembered Suns. The fecund, the fotid, the fungal. Could be also fungal related. Could be Uttershroom, amongst other places. Gant. We were actually in Gant. There's an underwater town called Gant. Remains when all other colors are eaten. Found where shadows are myriad. That could also be where the spiders were at, perhaps. Which is also on the side there. We have Irigo. And that is the colors, the forgotten corners of home. Forgotten. I keep like the word colors with the U keeps triggering me. Oh, corners of home. Forgotten corners of home. Corner of the map, maybe? Not sure what that implies. P is Pelican. The color of the deepest is Z. Maybe like in one of the trenches or something. It doesn't like the word color. I'm going to add it to dictionary because it is the English spelling. I believe this is an English developer that made this game. And violent, which we have V marks villain where blood is shed in a spired place. Employed for the most desperate treaties, whatever that means. Okay, so those are some colors we're looking for. What else are we currently trying to do in this game? Let's see. Got some stuff for our Cannoneer. Wants a Judgment's Egg, possibly from Irem. Haven't found that yet. Carnian Exile wants a Searing Enigma. We have one, but we're waiting to get more so we don't miss any opportunities that require a Searing Enigma. But we could always give it to him or her. Carnian Exile, I think, is one of the female officers, I believe. The Mechanic. We did this. We did his mission at Hunter's Keep, I believe, and then we now need to go to... Oh, that's right. There's the jail. There's a dude in jail at Wisdom. We also have to go to Frostbound, which is where we're headed anyway. So we have two things to do in Frostbound. And we need to take the sage that we free from Wisdom along with a bunch of other stuff to King Eater's Castle, which we haven't found yet. The Modiste has the clothing stuff. We're going to do that whenever we find it. We have a Sigil Rigid Navigator who wants to go to the Chapel of Lights. We haven't found that yet either, so keep an eye out for that. We need to talk to the Clitter here with one live specimen. I don't believe... We don't currently have a live specimen. We have one Stygian Ivory. We need 40 to do whatever this mission is, but we still have to rescue the Sage from Wisdom first, I think, before any of this stuff matters. The Haunted Doctor wants to go to Con's Shadow, or somewhere in the Con. We weren't sure if it was Con's Shadow or Con's Heart. We can probably head there, since we're going north anyway. So far, the current plan is to sort of, I think, remember, so to defog the north. We're looking for Frostbound. We can stop in Con's Glory, Con's Heart, whichever one, to talk for the Haunted Doctor's quest. That's perfectly fine. The Genial Magician wants something also in Irem, so we have two people who want something from Irem. We need a Serpent Image and a Judgment's Egg from Irem. And we've been doing different quests for the Maybe's daughter, trying to find her mother. We've searched one place, we found her, one clue in Wither. We still have to search for Irem, another Irem. Con's Shadow, okay, we're going to head to Con's Shadow. Naples we haven't found. Port Cornelian's at the very bottom. We're not going to go there in this voyage, probably. The Shellinet. Just call it Shellinet. And the Isle of Cats. So we found that. Shellinet's over here. We might hit that on the way back. Maybe we could have like go back this direction, try to get some of this fog on our way back to London. Probably won't go back to the Isle of Cats. That's down here somewhere. Yeah, it's way down here. That may be a different voyage. Okay, Rack we need to return at some point here. Also, we need to get a tether and then go to Uttershroom. So that might be again, that might be a southern voyage that we're not going to do this time. Rosegate. We did the ambiguous Elas. I remember doing this. So now we need 3 Granite Literature, which I don't think we've had any. We did get an unread log though, didn't we? If I remember correctly, we got an unread log last time. Unread log. Yeah, we have 3 unread logs. Safer not to Oh, I said safer not to read it, I suppose. Oh, it's dripping blood. Yeah. Okay, so we do have this, but we still have to keep an eye out for romantic literature. We have these abysses that we've been doing. We now need to go to Bad Stevener's Abyss. I didn't actually write down where we got the second one. Where was that? Well, that was over by Mount Palmerston, right? Yeah, Duggan's Maw, I believe that's where we... No, that... Oh, 0 was Duggan's Maw. Okay, so we went Duggan's Maw. We went to Wolf's Rift. It must have been either Wilbert's Abyss or Cant's Abyss. Maybe it was Cant's Abyss. It doesn't really matter since we already did it, but like, just trying to keep notes. Maybe I'll move this down for my next playthrough so I can, if it's not randomized, I don't know. Okay, so we got a plan. We're gonna head to Mount Palmerston. We can stop at Anth maybe, and then just keep defogging the map to the east here. We want to go to the Con's Glory / Shadow. We can probably stop at Port Cecil again as we go back north again. So let's go here. We'll just go to Mount Palmerston first, then Anth. Oh, we're also bringing some... We're bringing some souls, right, for Mount Palmerston? Yeah, we're bringing a crate of souls for the Devilis there. Okay, well, let's just get started. We kind of like did a good recap of what was in our notes and whatnot, but... Oh, well, okay, we need supplies. Okay, I think our plan was to get supplies at Mount Palmerston. Okay, so let's do that before we do anything else. Because, yeah, we are low on supplies. Our terror is also relatively high, although it's not dangerous. I mean, it's not 0, I guess is the correct way to phrase it. gonna stay above the ocean for now, just because going underwater takes a little bit of time to go up and down, and I just don't want to run out of hunger before we get to Mount Palmerston. I think we'll make it plenty of time. I just don't really want to go up and down in the underwater animation stuff here. Okay, so we got a lot of iron. Mirrors is still pretty low. Veils. Pages went up quite a bit since our last couple playthroughs. We're up to 70 pages now. That's pretty good. There's a guy down there. Okay, we could fight him. But we only have 2 supplies. I just want to get... well, now we only have 1 supply. I just want to make sure we have enough goods. We got our something awaits. That's good. It could be something our Z-Bat out, although I don't think it's going to find anything to explore in this area because we've already been through most of this area. Alright, we'll dock at Mount Palmerston here. Go up to the crater. We want to turn in the box of souls. We've been up here a number of times, of course. Okay, so this is what we wanted to do. A hesitant request. Do you happen to have a case of souls for me? No, I'm not going to eat them. We don't eat souls usually. I'm not clear how that story got around. I told you that I miss London. I miss hell. I'd like a keepsake. And all souls are ours, you know, by right. All souls are the devilis's by right. Okay, well, we did this for her. Let's see what happens. Watchful and clinking. The devilis lifts the lid of the crate. The light from the souls within illuminates her face. She stares at them for a long moment, and then tears begin to roll silently down her face. Thank you, she says. I've missed them so. One of her tears lands on the wood of the crate, which begins to smoke. She's a devilis after all. Let me tell you something very special. She whispers in your ear. Her breath smells like hot stone. But you should go now. Thank you. Come back soon. You've satisfied the devilis's yearning for souls. She's the guardian of the Brimstone Convention, apparently. That's all for now. Okay. Sometime we'll come back here, get the port report. But the real reason we're here was to get fuel and supplies. So let's go up to like 20 fuel. Do we still need more ambiguous lists for any reason? We can always buy one just to have it for the random missions where it pops up. Don't think I have any notes that we require more. You can sell them in London, so you could do like a supply run between London and Mount Palmerston to try to make money. Let's see, these are places where you can get some. You can sell them for 30 in Anth. That's actually... Oh, you know, you can buy them for 30 in Anth. Okay, but well, if we're going to go to Anth anyway, maybe we'll buy them in Anth and not... We'll buy 1 Zoop just to have 1 in our inventory. Stock up on supplies. That was the real reason we came here. Not cheaper in Anth, are we? Are they? Let's go back out to where we're heading. Let's see, go back up, right? Because Anth... Yeah, this was... fuel 12, supplies 25. Yeah, so just a bit more in Anth. We'll stock up here before. Alright, 2020. We're doing fine on our hold. 85 out of 120. I do like this big cargo ship, having a nice big hold. Able to carry all this stuff. We do have a Sooth and Cooper long box. We could stop at Station 3 maybe at some point. It's a little out of the way from where we're trying to get to in the north, but keep an eye on if the option arises. Okay, don't think there's anything else here. We'll go ahead and head to Anth. Maybe I'll... Oops. Maybe I'll defog... No, we'll just go straight to... Well, do we want to go to Anth? We don't really need to go to Anth, I suppose. There was something about Rosina in Anth. Let's see, what do we need to do to advance her story? Did I write down anything about Anth? Gather the report from Khan's Glories is done now. Maybe we need the port report there? Maybe we'll head that on the way back then. Maybe after we have the port reports for Khan's Glory. Maybe we can swing up this way on our way back to Anth and then back down. Yeah, let's just head north. This is supposed to be a defogging mission. We're trying to find Frostfound. And I don't know, there's a bunch of other places we're trying to find still, but we know specifically that Frostfound is to the north, so let's just head north rather than head up Anth this time. We'll get this defogged and then just sort of wind our way through the area. We haven't spent much time in the north. We weren't like really avoiding it. It's just like all of our missions for a while, we were trying to find like Empire of Hands, which was described to the east. Polythreme, we were trying to find that for a while, so we just haven't had much reason to go to the north until now. But now we have multiple people who want to go to Frostfound, at least. So we're trying to find Frostbound, which was, again, described as somewhere to the north. Go ahead and zoom in a bit so I can see a little closer where we're at in this like grid of exploring squares here. Should defog. I mean, we're already in the next square, so it should defog here. There it goes. And again, we'll just kind of defog along the way here. Go south a little bit, defog the square below us. Very exciting, I'm sure, watching the map get defogged, but you only have to do it once. I mean, once you've defogged the map, you can kind of just go straight between the different points of entry that we're trying to get to. Could go down. I'm gonna hit these two first and see if we find anything, and then if there's anything here, maybe I'll swing back into this area. Oh, I should send the Z-Bat out, actually, is what I should be doing. The Chapel of Lights, so that's one place we're looking for. To the southwest, okay, so let's get this defogged and then swing around to the Chapel of Lights. Okay, expecting this to defog at any moment. There it goes. We'll kind of navigate through this little channel. We'll head down to the Chapel of Lights. Actually, let's go here and then down, since we're already almost to the next grid square. That's like the symbol we saw in Codex, actually. Is there something over here? Codex had that same symbol. Also, we have also looks kind of like this guy's symbol, our Sigil Rigid Navigator. The Avid Horizon. That wasn't something we've been looking for, but we'll definitely explore it when we get to it. Let's see if we can find the Chapel of Lights, because this was something that we were looking for first. So let's hit this up. Here it is, Chapel of Lights. Where's the port? Here it is. Okay, that's good. We have something awaits, of course. We've been out sailing for a while. Okay, we haven't been here yet in this playthrough. The Chapel of Lights. Do you hear music? No shops available. Furtive faithful gather in the shadows between the many, many candles. A bell tolls in the chapel tower. Cracked iron laughter. Beware, the aisle is full of voices. Okay, we can eat of the chapel's bounty if you're hungry. Smiling priest unlocks the door for the storehouse here. Here, he says, eat but take nothing away. We only have 10 hunger. That doesn't seem too important. Give a nightmare to the well. This will reduce your nightmare strength, but also scar you permanently. Increase your wounds by 1. 3 wounds will kill you. We don't have any nightmare strength right now, right? And so we did get this once when we went back to London with over 50 terror. We got a nightmare strength. Gather intelligence. Here's the port report. We'll do this. What occurs here beneath the darkness and the light? A smiling priest in a red cassock tends the chapel. The congregation are shy of light. They come and go in little ships, and it's strangely difficult to count them. Perhaps some of them are imaginary. Still, you note the name of a ship or two. A million candles glow. A congregation gathers. Okay. So it's a chapel. Oh, here we go. The Sigil Navigator wanted to go here. He races towards the chapel. This is the place. Hark! The bell. You give chase. Within, the air is heavy and hushed. A consultation in the chapel. You enter to see your navigator shaking a smiling priest by the collar. It led me here. Tell me what it means. Look at it. Look at it. The priest disentangles himself as politely as possible. I'm sure we can find a path to put you on, my friend. He examines the sigil with the professional air of a collector. But we will need your help in return. Pay a price. Our stores are running low. We cannot feed the congregation. Our mission must end. Can you provide the fresher, the better? Okay, so he's going to need 2 live specimens, or pay another price if you're unaccountably peckish, which again I think is like a cannibalism trait. If you've eaten your sailors, I believe, which we have not done in this game, so we're not unaccountably peckish. Okay, so this guy's going to need 2 live specimens. This is the Sigil Rigid Navigator. Okay, so we need to bring 2x live specimen to Chapel of Lights. Okay, we can't do that now, but we'll keep an eye on that. We can provide seasoning for their feasts. Oh, we should have bought some ambiguous elis, I guess. Oh well. I'm sure I have this in my notes. Chapel of Lies. I haven't been like scouring my notes ahead of time. Let's see. Yeah, 3 ambiguous elith and something of waste makes 1 extraordinary implication. Okay, well, now that we know this is here, if we do a run this direction, we'll make sure to pick up 3 ambiguous eliths along the way. But we can't do that now. Attend a service at the chapel. The great bell tolls. A few and ragged faithful gather for St. Arthur's lesson. Bring your offering. Ooh, 5 supply. That's kind of unlocked when you have no more than 0 memoirs at the chapel. 10-day service. It gives you 10 terror, minus 5 supplies, a secret, and the memoirs lessons of the chapel. I mean, secrets are good. I'm a little worried about my terror going up by 10 at this point, because this was planning for this to be a longer voyage. I think I'm not going to do this at the moment. Maybe when we come back here, because I already kind of have a plan to do a lot of exploring on this voyage. And I know from the last time we did a lot of exploring over here, like we came back with a really high terror. So I don't want to get our terror up to 50 already when we're just here. I would rather do that at a future date. I don't think that's going to go away or anything, so we'll come back on that at a future date. All right, let's go up to whatever this was up here. I forget what it was called. It was called the Avid Horizon, it says. The Avid Horizon. Looks like we're going really slow because maybe there's this snowstorm that we're in. Yeah, ship's engines labor against the snow from the north. Yeah, we are really not moving. We've discovered the Avid Horizon. Okay, now we're out of the snowstorm, maybe. Yeah, it sounds like our engines are working again. Okay, the Avid Horizon. Let's make sure we're getting some map defogging as we go up to it. Although, there it goes. Assuming this is a port or an underwater port. Looks like it's just a regular port, looks like. The Crawling Stars. I think we had this event before, right? Yeah, last time we did this and we failed it. Let's just try eyes on the deck this time. Forbid them to look. You can't really stop them, but you can at least discourage discussion. They won't like it, but it's safer. You lost one there, okay. Grumbles and mutters. Take that man's name, but they quiet soon enough. Last time we failed it. Again, I'm not interested in gaining a lot of terror at the moment. The Avid Horizon. This is the end. 2 vast winged shapes. These guys up here, I guess. Guard a gate of something like resin, smooth but uneven. It is deep Gant. The color remains on all colors 17. Oh, we were just updating our notes about Gant. So this must be here, Avid Horizon, because it's saying that it has that exact same phrase. Found where it remains when all colors have been eaten. Ice crusts over the crack between its valves. Approach and your breath freezes, falls tinkling in shards from the air. It would be utterly foolish to touch the thing. A merciless wind blows from everywhere to everywhere. It passes without effort through your bridgecoat, your flesh, your lungs. The dock lies empty. Open the high gate. Complete a certain matter in London to achieve this. Okay, well, you can't do that. Stars float in the mirrored night at the ways. Watch them for a while. Unlocked when you have no more than 75 terror. To me, that implies it's going to gain terror or remove terror. We can look at my notes to see what that does. We have the port report. Gather intelligence, such as there is to gather out here where nothing moves. Nothing moves. The stillness is itself of interest to the Admiralty. It is not impossible someone foolish might attempt to open the gate. It is not inconceivable that it might open from the other side. And what then? Your journey here may attract the attention of a certain crimson patron. Return your port report to the Admiralty to unlock a new story. You have seen where the world ends. Beyond those peaks of ice, something colder by far. Okay. And then we can hear a story. We don't have a hunter's eye. Well, we don't have a hunter's eye. The ice by the gate's edge. There was a whisper about a hunting quest and a final revenge. Let's look at my notes to see if we know anything about these 2 options from my previous playthrough. Okay. Avid Horizon. Look into the stars. Gives you 1 fragment and 10 terror. Holy smokes. Okay, let's not do that at the moment. We also have you heard a story. You heard a story. Dot dot dot. Well, I don't have anything in my notes for what this does, so let's see what happens. Behind the ice. Yes, yes, this is what the rumors meant. A hunter frozen in the ice, hands contorted to claws, mouth agape. With her left hand, she plucked her own eye from the socket. It lies very close to the surface of the ice. If the stories are true, there's a dark virtue in that eye. Take it, then. But perhaps you should put it in a jar. You now have 1 hunter's eye, so we get lost minus 77x fragments. But we gain plus 1x hunter's eye. What is a hunter's eye? Eat the flesh of the deep lurkers and your eyes will change. Okay. Oh, we don't want to look. So this is going to gain us 1 fragment and 10 terror. We're not going to do that. That doesn't seem very useful. No shops. What is this hunter's eye? We picked up? Is it interactable in any way? No. The only thing that's really been interactable is it has been the strategic intelligence, but you need 2 of these, right? Yeah, you need 2 of them. And some other stuff to make a vital intelligence. So we've been waiting to get our second one. Yeah, we still haven't gotten it. I mean, we've gotten more than 2 in the past, but we've turned them in for money because if you remember from our previous sessions, money was very important. When you don't have any, the game's very difficult to play. No islands in range. Okay, so now the only question is, do we want to keep going along the north, or we want to defog? Oh, we said we wanted to go to Khan's Glory and Khan's Heart, and or Khan's Shadow. So maybe we'll defog down to here and then defog back up. Yeah, let's do that. We have to go one direction or the other, so let's go south first, I suppose. Try to stay out of this snow. Because it slowed us down last time. Yeah, let's try to stay away from that snow. Guess we could maybe defog to the right just a little bit here and get this other section. Something here down to the south. It's hard to know where exactly you need to be to defog the map in this game sometimes. We found something. Frostbound. Oh, that's where we need to go. Okay, well, let's just head there then. We'll go up and around. Okay. This one again. I would like to see what happens if you succeed this. But I don't have any notes of what this is, right? Crawling stars, no. Could make a note, I guess. The crawling stars. Record the change and assign a name. Luck 50%. And then eyes on the deck. We saw was -1 terror. I guess for the sake of notes, we will do this again. You were fortunate. Okay, so if you succeed, it's -3 terror. I'm pretty sure if you fail, it was plus terror of some amount. I forget exactly. The raid wheel. So we recorded the change assigned. Oh, this is the stars. The stars on the ceiling were changing. One of the sailors claims it resembles a sun, another a Hindu mandala cross. A third suggests the rose window of Chartres Cathedral. This excites mockery. Nevertheless, the reaction is positive. Okay. Oh, we just did it for the sake of making notes of what these things did. Not the most exciting option there, but let's defog this, and then we'll head over to Frostbound, which is one thing we were trying to do. That's good that we found it. Okay, over here, this must be part of Frostbound, I'm assuming. The glassy chop of dark water, the iron clatter of feet at the hatchway, discovered Frostbound. Unfortunately, I didn't defog this section, even though we're like right up next to it, but we'll maybe head out north. Okay, so where's the port in Frostbound here? Found the Sycamore Arch. Kind of exploring around here, trying to defog the map. Teneb is to the northwest, so there's something up there. Maybe I'll swing around the bottom here and come back up this side of it. Or that way. We're trying to find Frostbound first. Maybe Stoddard's Haven. This sounds like the port, probably Stoddard's Haven. Yep, here's the port. Something awaits. We do have that. Good to have. Towers and ramps and galleries and stairs of ice, raised and spun like an architect's honey dream. No spider ever wove so complex a web. The towers are utterly pristine, untouched by human life, but a pitiable encampment squats by the dock. Alright, a lot of options here. We can take tea with the squatters. That's a something awaits check. We could ask the squatters about the castle. We could enter Frostbound, but we cannot enter if your terror is greater than 20. And you need mirrors 50. We have 47, so we don't have enough mirrors to enter Frostbound yet. We can get the port report. What are the squatters up to? Bickering amiably. Not all are a Remy or Withern. There's the odd researcher, the occasional deranged ice sculpture, now and then a very cold, very sad, rubbery man. But for the most part, an atmosphere of friendly rivalry reigns. Pristine towers of Z-ice, an encampment of questions and riddles. We could speak to our Remy contact. A riddle fisher is wearing the blue and red scarf that marks him as a contact. We can also speak to a Withern contact instead. Looks like we'd have a better chance. Oh, this is the Admiralty quest. Right, okay. So let's try to get either our pages or our mirrors as high as possible. None of these affect that. Mirrors and pages. Okay, she's mirrors and pages. He's 3 pages on the doctor slot. Let's put him in. Veils and mirrors. Mirrors. Well, we want mirrors, right? So let's put him in. Okay, so we've gotten our mirrors and our pages as high as we can get them. Let's go back here. We do have 50 mirrors now, technically, although we need less than 20 terror. Okay, this one's still 40%. Riddle Fisher is wearing the contact. It could be Riddle Fisher. What are the odds? I'll give you a straight answer. Interesting. A Withern Dock Squatter is also wearing red and scarf. Okay, so they're both wearing red and blue scarves. Wait, one says blue and red, one says red and blue. Well, this is the higher option, so we will speak to our Withern contact. Interestingly, a Withern Dock Squatter is also wearing a red and blue scarf. What are the odds she'll give you an answer at all? Success. Why would such a ship come here? The Withern is even more elliptical than most of her kind. You realize quickly that she's trying to warn you off. There must be an enemy agent here. Take that information back to London. Sometimes the absence of the answer is the answer of itself. Okay, so we do have our 2 strategic information now. So now we could try doing this. We could either consume, I believe, 1 Memory of Distant Shores, 1 Z Story, or 1 Move in the Great Game. Well, we have the most of these, so maybe we'll do this one. You have to have 40 mirrors. We have 40 mirrors. Time to put the pieces together. All these options will give you a single piece of vital intelligence which you can trade to the Admiral, the Diplomat, and perhaps Elthra. I don't think we found the Diplomat yet, unless it's just I didn't realize that that's who we were talking to at one point. Of course, that's why, that's where, and now you know who. You now have 1 vital intelligence, vitality and intelligence. What would we do without them, especially if we're spies, diplomats, or pirates? Well, we're not focusing our playthrough on being a spy, but so is that something you can use? The strategic intelligence? No, a vital intelligence? No. Okay. We also have the. I forget. We can also equip like stat items. We have the. This one gives you 7 iron. Takes away your engine power. What were the rest of the options in here? So we have T. And squatters. Let's see what, if I have any notes about my previous playthroughs, what these options might be. We can only do one of them, so let's just make an informed decision since we do have notes. Okay, ask the squatters to give us a tale of terror. Tea on the dock will give you 1 fuel, 1 supply, and -10 terror. Wow, that's like everything you need to be a sailor in the Unterzee. Which one was that? That was that was tea on the dock? Okay, we'll definitely do this for sure. We don't have an immediate need for Tales of Terror, though we probably will need those eventually. Okay, some of them wear the robes of Iremi riddle fishers. Some look like Withern folk, but even more ragged. But they do seem a little more practical than either of those peoples. A surprisingly warm welcome. We're keeping the steps for the game of truce, a helpful riddle fisher explains as she fills her cup for the third time. Every year the people of Irem and Wither meet here for, she pauses, contests, she finished vaguely. The difference between a question and a riddle. One day someone will prove themselves enough to enter the castle. You spend a few pleasant hours while the tea is supplemented with Iremi liqueurs, pale withern beer, and something the riddle fisher describes blandly as snake cake. They offer you fuel and supplies before you leave. We keep enough to spare, the riddle fisher grins. From time to time a captain gets lost and comes up here, and we always feel bad for them. This is a really good event here. 1 supply, 1 fuel, minus 10 terror. That is a... Actually, we can. It almost lowered us enough that we could do this, although we're only at exactly 50. Okay, so what were the things we needed to do at Frostbound in our notes? We did the strategic information, so we can delete that. We can just return to London. We have to. Okay, so we have to retrieve a secret from the penultimate chamber. So we have to enter Frostbound for this guy. There was one other thing that we wanted to do in Frostbound. No, I guess not. Not in our current notes. Okay. The penultimate. So we do want to enter Frostbound. We do have enough mirrors now. If we did that event two more times, we could just sail around the sea, do some exploring, and then come back each time we have something awaits. And we can do it 2 more times. Let's go ahead and put all of our fuel efficiency fellows back in. I just put in the normal crew that I normally have when we're sailing around here, which we only have her in, I believe, as the surgeon. Hearts and iron versus hearts and pages. I mean, it's just more. It just has the numbers are higher. 6 and 6 versus 6 and 3. Okay, so let's just explore around the area, and we'll go up to this section, I believe. And then whenever we have something awaits, or we go around. Well, either way, we'll go this direction first, I suppose. We'll just kind of do a little exploring. We'll get something. I guess we could go underwater as well. Well, let's defog this section. Maybe go underwater, head back, and then go do the same thing when we go north, maybe. Oh, there's another abyss over here. Okay, well, maybe we'll go under here. Okay, Bright is somewhere to the east. So we have something to the east and something to the north of us. Tethui's Rage. Okay, that's not an abyss. That's like a, I don't know how you describe it. A vortex of some sort. I'm not currently interested in any. We will definitely explore these vortexes at some point, but not. Is it pulling us? It is pulling us in. It looks like. No, maybe not. Maybe not. I would like to do that when I'm not currently on a mission to like defog the map. Again, we're just kind of exploring around a little bit while we get the wait long enough for these something awaits to come back. Something behind us, but we're not going to turn around. It looks like it's moving. Could be an enemy of some sort. We got something awaits, so we'll go ahead and dock back at Frostbound. Frostfound. See, we're at 36 there. So we'll have to do this a few times. Yep, same thing. So now we're down to 26 terror. Yeah, we'll do the same thing. We'll go north this time. Do a little exploring. Or we could go. Well, we'll probably go east when we leave. Let's do north first. Loop back, and then when we end up leaving, we'll probably end up going east. Although we did want to go to Khan's Glory. Maybe on the way back we'll hit Khan's Glory and stuff. I'm mostly keeping my lights on right now because the whole point of this is to reduce our terror. Keeping your lights on slows your terror gain. Okay, there was something up here that the bat found. I forget exactly what it was called, but we'll see what's up here. It wasn't Sycamore's Arch. It had some other name. Not over there. Maybe up here. something so far, at least. We are burning through fuel faster. We are getting one fuel for this event that we've been doing, but we're burning through it faster than we're gathering it. I suppose we don't have to do all this sailing. We could just wait for... Oh, Teneb, that's what we found. Okay, well that's just the other, that's the name of the other arch. Okay, that's not very exciting. Alright, let's just defog this chunk. I guess we'll defog this chunk as well and then head back to... Or we could go this way around. Actually, let's go... It's not much likely to be there. Yeah, let's head this way and go back around this way. Okay, we have something awaits. So we're on our way back to Solder's Haven now. We can let our terror go up. As long as it doesn't go above 30 will be enough to do the mission we're trying to do for the tireless mechanic. Oh, here's another abyss. We are right here. We already know which... we were supposed to go into Bad Steveners. We already know we have to go to Bad Steveners Abyss. So maybe we'll defog, but we're not gonna... I don't think we're gonna go underwater for this abyss. We should have, when we were in London, we should have gone into Bad Steveners. I forgot that was the abyss we were trying to go into. Okay, I'm not gonna go up there. It doesn't... Oh, okay, okay. I'm not 100% sure how the map defogging logic works. Sometimes it seems like you gotta fail around a little bit, and then sometimes it just defogs it like right away, so I don't really know like what the logic is there. Because we are burning through our supplies of fuel and fuel and supplies, but we do get at least one back when we do this mission. So we're not, and we can definitely have enough to get to. Well, Khan's Glory is not a great. Maybe Port Cecil we could buy some more supplies in. We'll check our notes when we get to it. Not critical for the moment. Okay, so what we're looking at, there was something that was marked over here. Oh, it was probably just Bright. Okay, so these were showing up by the bat, Teneb and Bright. Those are just the names of the spires, I suppose. The spires of Frostbound. Those weren't actually islands. Well, I mean, they're the names of the islands, I guess, but they're not unique docking locations, I guess is the way I would describe it. And the only question is, should we do this one more time? So normally you kind of have a clue of like, if something requires a certain amount of terror or crew in this game, it generally means you're either going to lose or gain that quality when you do the mission. So if entering takes terror, if the requirement for entering is having a low amount of terror, presumably that means we're going to gain a lot of terror. And so like it has the requirement to set you up for success, but having even more... Let's just do this one more time. I'm just going to hang out here. It's kind of cheesy, but it spends less fuel. I'm just going to wait for the something awaits. It's just one time. The gamification of a game. I mean, this is part of the game. I don't know. Like, I didn't make up the rules for the game, but it's a little against the spirit, I would say, of just like sitting here to get the something awaits quality. But I don't do it often in the game. But once in a while, when I'm at a point where it's just like we explored east, we explored north, we could have explored south, I suppose. But like we're running not low on fuel, but we're not. Oh, we've already explored south anyway. We would have had to go all the way over here, all the way over here to get more map defogging done. We're gonna head this direction anyway when we leave, so it doesn't really like help us much to just like circle back around right now. I'm just micromanaging my terror here so this terror bar doesn't fill up all the way. There we go. Okay, we'll do this one more time. Oh, we have to get our mirrors up again, right? I'm just gonna raise all our stats as high as possible. Let's see. Oh, here we go, mirrors. That gives us 7 mirrors. I forgot we had the Serene Aquarium. Let's get any officers. Do we want to have mirrors as high as possible, or do we want to have all our stats equally high as possible? That's the question. So we can have mirrors and veils. So would we rather have 3 mirrors? Would we rather have 6 mirrors and 3 veils, or 6 mirrors and 3 pages? Let's keep the veils, because our veils is lower, so keep that guy in. We have the option of this guy being pages or in hearts. But again, like, she has more stats. She has a 6 and a 6, where these guys are both 6 and 3. So unless we know we need a particular stat, I like that one better. And then the engineer is 8 veils. So she actually has the most. She has 6 and 3. He only has 8 total. We know that mirrors is important here. In this, even though this is -1 hearts, maybe we'll put him. As it goes against my. Oh, he gets mirror in pages too. Just because it seems like mirrors is the most important stat. Okay, well, let's enter Frostbound, I suppose. 7 terror, 20 hunger, 12 fuel. A long flight of stairs rises glistening to a sheer tower. There is no door. Your reflection hangs in the cloudy ice. Face the wall. You probably shouldn't do that, one of the squatters advises. Ignore her. Face the wall. Examine your cloudy reflection. Close your eyes. Step forward. Shiver. Frostbound radiates both cold and a subtler chill of the heart. Do you move at all, or is it your reflection that moved? You are inside Frostbound. You have moved to a new area. Terror is now 20? Or did we just gain? Okay, so we just gained a bunch of terror. So the only thing we know we have to do is get to the penultimate chamber. So we'll see what happens here. The Sapphire Chamber. The corridors of Frostbound. Light! 100 rich and blinding colors filter through the ice. It is like drinking from a kaleidoscope. Drinking a kaleidoscope. It's like being kidnapped by rainbows. The colors shift with every step you take, revealing shining corridors. In each and every corridor, your reflection awaits. Enter the Sapphire Chamber. Unlocked when you have Terror 20 and no more than 24. Okay, so I guess that extra time that we sailed around didn't really do anything, because it raised us to 20 terror automatically anyway. We could leave, but we're not trying to do that yet. So we're gonna enter the Sapphire Chamber. The chamber shimmers with a blue as rich as the sky of the surface. Is any of the colors blue? There's a Apothian. Blue of memory and brightest coral. If anything, it might be this color. Apothian. A howling wind. It fills your ears, but the air is still. Sapphire Chamber. Every facet of the ice crystal wall is the hard and depthless blue of a desert sky. You take one step further in, and that blue plucks at your senses. Vertigo spins you. A voice intones, "This was the sky." Okay. Recall other places where there is no sky. You are far from any sky. Stare fiercely into the fierce blue and call to mind your memories of skyless islands. Ooh, only a 34% chance. We could also step into the sky, which will sacrifice a point of veils. This costs a memory of distant shores. I mean, 34 is not 0, but if it costs a memory of distant shores, I'd rather lose a memory of distant shores than a veils. I guess I'll try this and see what happens. Oh, I succeeded. Okay, well, didn't expect to succeed, but again, 34 is not 0. An accommodation. Yes, this blue is a brittle savage barrier. Press against it and it will shatter, spilling you into the high wilderness. But you are safe in the dark. You are afraid, but you have mastered your fear. Increase your terror to penetrate further into Frostbound. Okay, we did lose our memory distance shore. We saw that might happen. Okay, so now we're in the... Oh, this is the same. Okay, so now we're entering the Amethyst Gallery. Over here, a corridor is the deep violet of the more colorful Unterzee corals. Dappled shadows drift like fish. Predatory shapes. You are the center of hunters and tension. Things like and unlike sharks, long, sleek, half visible behind the walls. You have the sudden sense that they are vaster than sharks, vaster than Frostbound itself. Ooh. Okay. The Amethyst Gallery. Perspective confounds you. This place stretches away in every direction through a dusty purple haze, as if you float in a cloud. The air is chill and crackling. Vast and shadowy shapes hang lifeless in the distant cloud, fluid staining their hides. Whale things and beast things, bigger than dirigibles, bigger than cities. You are a speck in the cloud. Are you still inside Frostfound? Once again there was a voice, lifeless as leaden type. There were casualties. Approach the colossi. This will sacrifice a point of iron. Again, we have sort of the same option to do a skills challenge. We're better at iron, so let's try this first. Call the Z. These things are giants, but you have faced something greater. All right, we succeed again. We've had good luck on our last 2 play sessions with our low odds challenges, but yeah. An old familiar fear, great sad dead eyes like stagnant crater lakes, mouths which could drink rivers. Your entire ship would be a glint on a speck in a pockmark on the least limb of these things. But you are a Z captain. Your enemy, your companion, is the Unterzee, against which even the eldest of these beasts is nothing. Yeah, again, we're gaining terror, as I sort of alluded to. We might imply that we might have that happen. Enter the cavity. The corridor glows the rich red of sunlight on fresh blood. Bright as pain. As you tread the corridor's crimson facets, you almost expect your feet to come away sticky. Ooh, this is an even lower one. Oof. Is this the final one? Let's see. The cavity. You are bathed in crimson light, thick as cream. It warms your skin and fills your mouth with a taste of iron. This is only a memory of a memory, a voice intones. The crime is forgotten. Its shadow remains. So we could sacrifice 1 point. We might end up doing this once. Because 22, we have 19 Tales of Terror. I guess we haven't even seen what happens if you fail. I guess we'll try once just to see what the penalty is, since we don't even know what the penalty is. And if it fails, maybe we'll just sacrifice 1 point of ours to go on. I wonder if we're gonna have to do this for every stat. So we've done iron so far. I think we did veils and iron, and this is hearts. So we might have to do pages and mirrors. Probably have to sacrifice mirrors as well. Pages we might be able to succeed at. But yeah, let's understand what it means to fail one of these. So compare your own memories of horror. Find the similarities, but keep a safe distance. Understand the fear that haunts this place without surrendering to it. Okay, so if you fail, you lose a terror and the item that you took to do the test. There was a terror you found out on the Z. You remember it keenly, but what does it mean, this chamber, this place? It often fissures around you. Memory is fragile. So we've lost the memory of the tale of terror, is what happened. Okay, so we can keep trying again. I guess, 22% chance on average if we do this 4 times. That's probably better than losing stats. Okay, failed again. Failed again. Failed again. Failed again. I'm wondering if it's going to kick us out because our terror is going to get too low. I mean, 22% chance, 1 in 5 times we should make it, but that's not exactly how. That's a statistical average. That's not going to mean the next one is going to succeed. It hasn't gone up or down, it's still 22%. Oh, we succeeded. Oh, I wasn't paying attention. Okay, so enter. I thought we failed. I just was getting ready to try again. Enter the cavity. The corridor glows the rich red of sunlight on fresh blood. Left with terror 35 and no more than 49. You have 45. Okay. Bright as pain. You tread the corridor's crimson facets. You almost expect your feet to come away. Wait, it kicked us out? Okay, oh, so we gained terror. Okay, so I can keep trying, I guess. Failed. 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 Okay, this did not end up being worth it. Okay, we're just... Seriously? Okay, well... 22% chance... I only have 1 Tale of Terror left. I guess we just have to lose a point of hearts. That art, all living things are joined in the chain. Men and apes, bees and roses, messengers and stars. When the red science breaks it, even time is scarred. Now that scar has touched your spirit. Okay, we don't want to do this repeatedly in the future, so we're gonna have to raise our hearts more next time we come back here. Alright, to enter the cavity. The rich red sunlight of fresh blood. Wait, didn't we just do this? Okay, so it's all about your terror. Ugh, I mean, we'll just keep going at this point. I see. So it's the amount of terror determines which room you're in. And we had lost too much terror from all those failures. So that even when we went through, we weren't at high enough terror. Oh well. That's what happens in this game. Okay, so now we're entering the Emerald Vista, the green of forest, of poison, of leaves haloed by arc light, leaf shadows in motion, chilly air, the scent of pine. The Emerald Vista, rich, deep, fresh green of infinite depths and tints. If secrets had a color, it would be this. It baffles and delights the eye. A chilly wind brushes you. Something sought, the voice intones, something lost. Oof, this one's at 19%. It's going to take fragments. Well, fragments aren't the most valuable thing, but we saw with 22%, we tried a million times and it didn't even... And then we lost terror and we had to do the whole thing over again because we had too little terror. I suppose we sacrifice a point of mirrors. Let's just get this over with, I suppose. Changes. There are changes which will wash away all that you were and all that you are. Nothing is familiar. Everything is new as morning. Your sight is dazzled, your perceptions confounded. Gain 22. Man, we are really high on terror now. Cross the diamond bridge. Here the light is brightest, lightning bright, migraine bright, bright as humiliation. Even when you close your eyes, the light does not diminish. Okay, so the last one is pages. 21% chance. Yeah, I mean, like, and we tried 22% chance a million times and they didn't succeed, so I don't think 21% chance is going to be any better. So we'll just cross the bridge this way, I suppose. A narrow space of blinding light, all colors and none, between the towers of Bright and the towers of Teneb. Once on the bridge, you will be exposed, like an insect in the desert, like a fresh carcass on the operating table, like a jewel in the sun. We've already sacrificed so much to get here. We're just gonna bite the bullet and go in. An acid dazzle. You stumble through a mounting haze of dread. The light tears at you. Thoughts wither like charring paper. Across into the merely bright, brilliant light of inner frost found. Still looking for the penultimate room. Okay, we entering the iridescence now. I think we did all the stats, I believe. A softer, pearlier mirror fog glow coils from this corridor. Unlocked when you have 95 and no more than 99. You have 95. No more than 99. If this is Frostfound's pearl, what dark inclusion provoked it? Alright, well here we are. The iridescence. The light here is very different. The ice crystal walls are invisible behind a soft and luminous fog. Even the air is warmer. Your shadow paces you, stalking the boundaries of the fog. Know yourself, a voice intones. Okay, so there's a shadow pacing you. So this is what we came here to do, retrieve the mechanics secret. Let's just take a quick look at the other options are. We could know ourselves. We do have a Searing Enigma. We could wrestle ourselves. This will sacrifice 1 point of each skill and increase your wounds. Well, we came here for the mechanics secret this time, so we'll do this first. I don't know if you can do both or not. The mechanics says very quietly, is as far as we go. Let's get what we came for and get out. I don't want to see what's in the fog, not again. Has he been here all along? Nothing is certain in Frostfound. Okay. The mechanic fumbles in the drifting mist on the floor. His shadow does the same. From within the fog, as it scrapes away in imitation, there's a dull grating noise, as of claws on rock. He comes up with a stone piglet, small enough to lie comfortably on the palm of his hand. Its eyes are bright pearls. I'm sorry, the mechanic confesses. My imagination is rather literal. He stows the pig away out of sight. Now, please, can we go? I feel my teeth chattering out there. You now have one of the mechanic's secret. This is the design he stored in Frostbound. Okay, so he was here before and stored it here. Lost 35 of our terror. We've lost our something away its quality, and we have lost the objective to find the secret. I had to hide the secret somewhere. The finger king couldn't go. I hoped they'd leave me alone then. So I put it in Frostbound at the very heart of, not the very heart of Frostbound. I'm not insane, but I'm quite close to the heart. Okay. Oh, so we could re-enter. We'd have to sacrifice another. Oh, wait, wow, we're way down to, yeah, we're way down to 60. Okay, yeah, we're definitely not gonna sacrifice like 3 more stats to go back up to 90 again. Yeah, because it knocked us pretty far back. Yeah, we'll just leave. We'll have to come back here again later on in the game when we have much higher stats, and we can and we can succeed some of these challenges without. I also don't even really know why you would want to go into the final door. Okay, wait, we don't have something awaits, or we do? I mean, it looks like we can. So we're definitely gonna lower our terror again because going in there raise our terror quite a bit. Okay, well, Mr. Mechanic, what was all that for? Let's talk to him. We don't have a serpent trap anymore. This is just the normal thing you do with him when you want to raise your stats. This is when you proposition him. So what was the purpose of that? I mean, we got his piglet. We have the mechanic secret, but we don't know what it's for. Okay, well. Oh, okay, that's just one of the 3 things he wanted us to do. I see, we still have that, so we did that. So we still have to rescue a sage from wisdom, along with all this other stuff. Okay. So what do we need to do to get the Sage of Wisdom? I think I wrote down in my notes the things you can do here. In Wisdom. Wisdom. Okay, so there's going to be these 3 options. I'll just put them up here. So if we have a high Veils challenge, a high Hearts challenge, or a high Pages challenge, 175, and a Searing Enigma. Okay, well, I wouldn't call any of our Hearts, Veils, or Pages anywhere close to 175, so I guess we'll have to be doing this much later in the game. I guess we kind of didn't need to do this mission again this quickly. Well, I didn't know exactly what was going to happen, but we ended up losing a bunch of stats. We lost basically all of our Tales of Terror. Okay, well, that wasn't the most profitable exchange. I think I'm gonna lower our. We're gonna do this little cheese here a little bit. We're gonna do this event a few more times to get our terror down to like, yeah, maybe like 30. So like I said, I want to explore like the rest of this whole section in this voyage, and then also want to head back through here. So I want to be lower, and since we have the option here to lower our terror a little bit, basically for free, I'm just gonna hang out here for a little bit, get to lower our terror just a tad, and then we'll continue with our voyage here. Send our Z-Bat out a bit. That was an interesting mission. That was the penultimate chamber, so we didn't get to the ultimate chamber. Presumably we either had to know ourselves or fight with our shadow. Those are the 2 options we didn't do. One of them required a Searing Enigma, which we did have. So we would definitely do that one again if we could get to it. Do the know ourselves option. But we would have had to go. We would have had to go through like the last 3 rooms again. It looked like, which I didn't really want to do again. Like we basically spent 3 stat points just to get there. I'd rather just come back here again when we have some higher stats in general. Because we're gonna be crafting those items in our hold. Each time we craft each one, we get +7 to all of our stats. We've done the mirrors and the iron one so far, but we'll get these 3, which will raise our stats by 7 of each. And then of course we can talk to our officers to spend secrets to raise up these other stats. And there's other things in the game that raise your stats as well. So as we progress farther into the game, we'll just have higher stats. We'll be able to do these missions without as much. Again, after seeing the result and what we need to do next, as far as like going to freeing the guy from wisdom, we didn't even really need to do this right now. I didn't fully understand what was going to happen or what we needed to do, so it was just kind of lack of knowledge. Again, if you were min-maxing, I think I said I wanted to go down to like 20. We'll do it one more time. We can always come back here. I mean, it's not like this option is going away. It's just like we happen to be here right now, so we may as well just take advantage of the tea on the. If they're willing to share their fuel and supplies with us, we may as well take advantage of the kind squatters, I guess they are, is what it said, the squatters in the dock. May as well take, you know, in the harsh, cruel world of the Unterzee, when kindness is offered, you may as well take advantage of it. We're not really losing anything here. I mean, if anything, we're gaining a little bit of fuel. But again, we're not going to go to 0 terrorists. It's not the objective here at the moment. But 20 is like perfectly reasonable. We'll just do that and move on. I say perfectly reasonable as we sit here for minutes on end. Okay, last time for this. We're not going to enter. Let's make sure we have all the things we want to do for sailing around. This gives us our engine power. This guy gives us our fuel efficiency. I think those are the only things we changed. We only have one cook. Okay, well, we're off again. We're off to do some more defogging. We'll go around here, get some of this. Actually, we'll probably hit this on our way back. We'll probably come back this way. So let's head north directly. So we'll go right up here this time. We'll probably hit the Khanate on our way back. Could go into the Achilles Abyss, but again, we already know as far as the Abyss quest series that we can go into the Bad Steveners Abyss next, which is right next to London anyway. So I'm not as... I guess we could go underwater here anyway. We haven't been underwater. I mean, we may as well go underwater here, since we're in an area we've already been. Check out if there's anything down here we can fight for loot and stuff. Let's see what we got up here. Looks like some torpedo components or something on the bottom of the water. I guess since we're underwater already, we'll check out this abyss. I suppose. 5 torpedo components. Not really sure. I still haven't really figured out. There must be a weapon that fires torpedoes, but I don't have it, so I don't remember from playing previously what it is, if anything. Like one of these streams or currents, I guess. Okay, we'll take a look at this abyss. We've been in these abysses before. This is the Abyss of Graves. We've never failed this, even though we've never had a good option to, or never had good odds. I guess we'll figure out what happens if we fail at some point. Okay, so if you fail, you lose hull. Okay. Oh, but you still go deeper. Okay, so you still get the descent. You just lose some hull. Interesting. Yeah, it says your submarine creaks against the pressure. The weight of the Z is crushing. And though your shell can hold, it suffers. Your submarine's pinprick of light shines onto a cliffside, illuminating only a spot of a vast inverted cathedral, a fathomless church. The Abyss of Graves. The shell's here. So this is the one that you can do if you have 2. You have 3. Oh, no, wait. Unlocked with diving, you have 2. Oh, this one is also 3. Okay, so we can do the same one. Make a note of that. So this we can also do it at this one, which I don't know what the name of this place was. North a bit. I'll change the name of this one when we look north again. This is one that requires 3. Okay, so the Abyss of Graves, shells of cutting caught in the north wall. Some are large enough to hold ancient waterlogged ships, crusted with long dead barnacles. Others are smaller, holding pairs of clay coffins suspended in grave goods, jugs, and bowls. So I guess we will perform the rite of solace. A procession of statues lines the Z floor, facing away from the church. They carry coffins on their shoulders. Their march ends at a precipice, descending into a further abyss. You don your diving gear. Retrieving a clay coffin from a wall niche and bringing it on board, you lie within the coffin. Your sailors bore a hole for your air hose, feed it through, and then lower the lid into place. The last thing you hear is them muttering about abyssal heathenry. The coffin is maneuvered out into the deeps, affixed to a winch, and lowered into the chasm. At 7 minutes, the darkness stirs. At 14 minutes, all sound ceases, even your breath, even your heart. At 21 minutes, there's a sudden bang. Another. Something is knocking on your coffin's lid. They wrench it free. She is here. She waits in the dark. Elemental. The waters flow gently around you, alive, curious, adoring. Reach out. There is something in the darkness. No, there is someone in the darkness. Her ladyship. Your hand disturbs the hem of a black dress. You look up, a pale face. Her features seem washed away, as fluid as her gown of ink. I cannot remember how long it has been since I had a companion. Her voice quavers. Her arms reach out around you, far longer than they have any right to be. You are face to face with her ladyship. This will end the game. Oh. Well, I don't want to do that. Yeah, the waters flow gently around you, alive, curious, adoring. Yeah, I don't want to do this. Your future captains will receive a bonus. Okay, I want to make a note of this, though. This is the Abyss quest line. Embrace the elemental. What was her name again? I don't remember what her name was. Enter her embrace. No, I don't want to do that. Commeration. The coffin speeds upward. Oh, Lady Black. Okay, that's her name. Embrace Lady Black. So that's one way to end the game. Okay. Let's see. Layback follows you silently. She does not labor to keep pace. She examines you through your face visor with fierce interest, as though trying to commit your every feature to memory. After 7 minutes, she sighs. After 14 minutes, she plucks a strand of her coiling hair and ties it to your line. After 21 minutes, as your submarine comes into view, she grasps your hand. She squeezes your fingers urgently. Then her hand slips from yours, and she is gone. Wow, you gain a lot of stats. We were just talking about there's ways in this game to gain stats. Look at this is a nice little chunk of stats here. And we lost some stats when we went to the Frostbound, but now we've gained some of them back. She will remember you. So I wanted to see in their journal it talks about things your previous captains have done. Have I done this before? These don't sound like the description of what that was about. Yeah, none of these things about previous captains have done sound like I've done that ending before. Okay, well, if I play another captain in the future, you could actually do this one relatively quickly, right? All you have to do, like we saw that even when we failed that hearts challenge, we just took a little bit of hull damage. All you have to do is find 4 different abysses, some of which we've noted here, and then you can basically just end the game right away for that character. So we can actually do this really quickly on a new character at some point. I'm not gonna do it on this character because I've already done all these other missions and taken all these other notes, but like you could just start a fresh character that was specifically devoted for this. So yeah, I'll keep in mind that up here. I made a note of it here in the ending section. Good option to do on a fresh character. Just focus on finding the abyss sequence. Like that would be pretty easy to do. Like if you just focused your entire playthrough on going to the abysses, you could avoid all the other stuff in the game. You wouldn't have to buy better ships. Just use the starter ship. Don't worry about doing all the other side missions and quests. You just go straight to do that. That'd be a fun thing to do at some point. I don't know if I'm not gonna do it on this playthrough. So this is the Aklis Abyss. Let's update the name that I had in my notes there. Aklis Abyss, and let's move this out of the section of things to do in the current game. So we can delete this thing. Tabinate these back one. Let's just delete this line here. Okay, we can unbold these. Okay. So, Act with an H, Aklis Abyss. Okay, so maybe a future character. I'll do that. Probably won't make a video of it, but if I do keep playing this game. Is this going the direction I want to go, or is it going the direction I don't want to go? Looks like it's going the direction I want to go. though. It feels very slow. I don't... No, it's going the other direction. I swear it looks like it's going this direction, but... we'll do one more sonar pulse, and then we'll raise up, and I'm already down to 10 supplies. I mean, it's fine, but we'll have to figure out a place to get some more supplies. Okay, one more sonar pulse. Okay, let's go ahead and raise up. Because we haven't explored this area above water yet, so I'll keep doing that. So that raising that. And continue with our defogging. We enter the storm bone. St. Eligius fires dance in the air. On deck. Okay, well that already passed. Didn't get to read it, but thoughts of home come at strangest times. I suppose since we're already up here, we'll just kind of stay up here. Get these two chunks defogged. Terror's really low. Wait, did I? Oh, I must have lost terror from that lady in the black. I wasn't that low. I mean, I know I had loaded a little bit in Frostbound, but I didn't lower it that much. Send out the Z-Bat again. Might be something down there. I'm just doing this defogging route at the moment, but... Okay, the Ragged Crow. Let's go ahead and go to that. We don't want to miss anything that... Well, we're right next to this next section, so we'll defog and then head south. Okay, defog, so now we're gonna head south. Head to this thing, whatever the Ragged Crow is. Looks like it might be a light or a town of some sort. Discovered the Ragged Crow. I don't see a dock. There's a flying monster over there. We can try to fight that. I said I didn't want to do too much combat on this character, on this boat, because I don't have the forward guns yet. But we have full hull, so we'll see. We'll at least see how many hit points it has. I'd like to at least fight things once to see what they... Oh wait, wait, there is a port there? It must be underwater. Okay, we'll fight this guy and then go underwater. Tyrant Moth. Yeah, how many hit points does this thing have? 500? Oh my lord, that's a lot. I don't know if we can kill this. Okay, well, it's turning away from us. 30 damage, okay, that's too much, I think. Yeah, let's that's too much. If it hits us and it has like 500 hit points or whatever. Could fire our aft weapon at it as we're running away, but yeah, we'll get a ship with some better weapons at some point. And better lanterns and just better gear in general. But yeah, 30 damage, and it had 500 hit points. It's gonna take us a little too long to kill it, I think. All right, so this is an underwater thing, I believe, the Ragged Crow. Yeah, it must be underwater. Let's just go ahead and descend. Oh, we can't descend here. We must be on top of it. Must be on top of the Ragged Crow. Okay, so Tyrant Moth. Oh, the Undercrow, okay. I think we had some notes about this place. We haven't been here yet, but I think... I was taking... At one point I was taking notes on what the actual enemies did. Did I have anything for Tyrant Moth? I actually didn't. Okay, well. Tyrant Moth. I'm gonna start taking note of their HP because due to this UI bug, I can't even see their HP until I get really close. Actually, oh, I was doing that before. Never mind. What else? What's the other thing we fought? The blue moss. That one was also very hard. I think they had like 400 HP maybe. It's like 30 damage a hit. I think this one also did something like 30 damage a hit. At one point I was doing more combat stuff. And I was trying to take note of what happens when you kill them. But anyways, here we're at the Undercrow, the entrance to Undercrow, or the underwater entrance to the Undercrow. A deep, well-lit cavern, thick with a fungal smoke and cave moss. Far above, a lighthouse fire burns. The scent of it... Oh, that was lighthouse up there, yeah. The scent of it is curiously medicinal. It clouds your head and burns your lungs. Farther into the fog, you can make out labored breathing. We can get the port report. Unlocked when the almost dead man is no more than 100. Unlocked when the almost dead man is no more than 0. Okay. It's a little more than a cave and a lighthouse fire, where the Admiralty appreciates thoroughness. Thorough survey of moss and fire. A ramshackle array of pulleys allows the Undercrow's reclusive resident to feed the fire above. The herby smoke of the fungal fire has preservative qualities, but dust everything in a fine gray deposit. Meanwhile, the fire distracts the more aggressive moss and warns ships far above. All is well, or as well as can be expected. Okay, so this is like the lighthouse keeper. I think we picked this guy up somewhere. I guess we're bringing him back. Approach a voice from the fog. Here at last, the fog voice croaks. Come closer. The incomparable Aurelian rolls his eyes but advances. Okay, right, so there is a lighthouse keeper in here, and we have brought the incomparable Aurelian to the lighthouse keeper. An almost dead man. Your passenger gazes impassively at a bulbous figure, whispering quietly. As the fog parts, you can make out milky eyes and a toothless grimace. No tomb colonist ever looked as ancient or as unwell as the almost dead man before you. Gray, bloated, and nearly embalmed by the fungal smoke. It's difficult to tell where his skin ends and the stone bed beneath him begins. His breath is shallow, but his bare chest heaves to a different rhythm. A shape crawls beneath his ribs, but disappears as the man lets out a gassy sigh. Allow me to introduce you, citizen, the incomparable Aurelian says, slipping you a modest payment. 50 echo. This is Lorenzo, my erstwhile mentor and host to the Most Moth. Isn't that the name of the mask that we wore in Visage? The Mask of the Most Moth? Or was it just the Mask of the Moth? I can't remember. Anyway, we no longer have this guy on our ship. He was an unsentimental man of pins and the jar in pursuit of rare Lepidopterae, whatever that is. But now we have met the almost dead man. He hopes to end a complicated life with a clear conscience. Okay, so we're going to help this man die, I suppose. Yeah, we read this. Entertain a dying man's last request. You have a submarine, the almost dead man wheezes. Entertain a dying man's last request. Or we can offer a memento mori. No use denying my fate. I should have a reminder of my folly. We do have one lamentable relic. Unlocked when you have no more than 99 of this progress. We can speak with the incomparable Aurelian. Catch him tending to his alien friend and preserving an unwisely bold cave mod. Let's see what this one does. A true collector appreciates patience. When my master retired here, we both thought it would be his last destination. The Aurelian's eyes take the sheen of a patient man approaching a long-delayed payoff. No one has been present at the Most Moth's hatching before. Well, no one who was in a condition to remember it afterwards. He spares a hesitant glance over his shoulder at the almost dead man. Okay, so the moth is inside the almost dead man's chest. That's that thing we saw when we entered. Of course, being by my master's side during his final days is a necessary part of the process. Okay, so what's going to happen? I think he's going to... One guy's going to die, and his apprentice is going to take over. Okay, let's entertain his last request, I suppose. Delivering farewells. Mortality is a way of finding us in the end. The almost dead man wheezes to himself, dislodging a cloud of cave moss. The incomparable Aurelian spares him only a disappointed glance. I must set my affairs in order. I owe that much to my successor. He waves a withered hand feebly. It's not clear whether the gesture suggests the companion at his bedside or one nestled within his ribs. The moth, I presume. So, citizen, would you help an old man say his farewells? He hopes to end... Oh, yeah, we already saw that. Okay. He wants to deliver a letter of farewell to a sprightly visionary at Hideaway. He deserved more than I had to give, the almost dead man croaks. Okay, so we need to go to Hideaway. How does this he come to know one of the exiles of Hideaway? How did this he come to know one of the exiles of Hideaway? No answer is forthcoming, but the old man displays a broken grin. The old history of foolhardy youth, he confides, who somehow became old men. Oh, a lover, okay. Okay, so Hideaway. So we are in Undercrow. Oh, okay. So we did this. So deliver letter to Hideaway. Hideaway. Okay. You have an important letter to deliver. Oh, we can still do this thing. Offer a memento mori. No use denying my fate. I should have a reminder of my folly. This is the lamentable relic. It's such a long struggle. Ooh, a Latch artifact. And some dying grace. Let's see if I have that in my notes here. Under Crow. Actually, oh yeah, this is the... No, I don't have this in my notes. Okay, this was offer a memento mori. So this is 1x lamentable relic. And something awaits. To gain 1x outlandish artifact. And plus dying grace. Looks like there's a number of events that might raise dying grace. Yeah, there's share familiar flavor with coffee. Prepare wine with wine. I guess next time we come back here, we should definitely bring some coffee and wine with us. At least one of each. In case these options come up. This is not a very useful note. Deliver letters to places. Okay. That doesn't tell us a whole lot. Such a long struggle. The almost dead man stares resentfully at the empty eye sockets. I chased immortality down to the Neath, then south to the mountain's foot. Didn't bloody catch it though, did I? A scraping sound can be heard from within his ribcage. He shifts uncomfortably. Damnable waste. We've already done this, right? Yeah, it's just some description. Okay, no shops. Delivering a letter. Someone has encrusted you with correspondence of the utmost privacy. Was that wise? It could read the letter. We could be rid of it. I don't think we're not really a deceptive character, so unless there's like a good reason to do this, we're gonna stick to more iron related things. So is it in our hold somewhere, this letter? Don't see it. Probably in the journal somewhere. It's probably under like, yeah, it's probably this. Yeah, it's probably this stuff. You have an important message to deliver. Now it says look at the letter in your inventory to see destination. But I think it's just this, like, deliver to Hideaway. It's not in your inventory. They probably rewrote that text at one point thinking they would be an inventory item, but unless I'm just not seeing it. But, like it has a different icon or something, but I don't think it's any of these things. Okay, well anyways, we did that. So we're still looking for, I guess we're not really looking for anything particular, we're just defogging, so let's go ahead and defog. Guess we can go back this way, or I don't really want to go back. We might head back to London along this way. I guess we'll get this section here because it's like right here. Huh. So the delivering the letter thing sticks with you. We'll do a radar pulse. We'll probably go up if there's something down here. There's something down here. What is this? Oh, it's moving though. Sounded a thalanite. Okay, so what is a thalanite? Do I have any notes on that? There's my monster section. I don't have one. Okay, so let's check out what he is. Thalanate, is that it was called or something like that? Let's see how much HP and stuff it has. Thalate. Thalate. Thai latte? I don't know. Okay, it's got 400 HP. Again, we're not really equipped to do with monsters of this much HP, so we'll probably just do 420 HP actually. That's if it has like 200 or less, I'll probably fight it. But anything that's up in the 400s to 500s is probably a little bit too much for us to take on. So can we like avoid it here if we go off to the right here and then transform? No, don't hit me. No. 16 damage. Okay, that wasn't too bad. Maybe we could have killed that guy. But again, like, we don't really have We don't really have the weaponry to take on larger monsters at the moment. Let's just keep heading north. Like I said, we'll loop back this way when we come back. So that's Tyrant Moth over there. I saw something fluttering up there. It's probably just that Tyrant Moth again. All right, Bat. Let's keep an eye out for islands and stuff. We're running a little low on fuel and supplies. We'll have to find somewhere to resupply. Port Cecil, I believe, sold supplies in this area of the map. 2030, not the best place, but we can certainly buy supplies there as needed. We're not so low that we're desperate to head there directly at the moment, so let's keep exploring. Just exploring. Discovered the Elifaus Abyss. We're not going to go in there since we sort of did the Abyss questline already, I guess. I mean, all the abysses have been exactly the same. There hasn't been anything different in any of them. There's a rite you can perform, which we've already done one of. Presumably there's different rites, but like, I'm not going to abandon my current one and just like start trying them all at the moment, at this point in the game. Try to find like the exact one that I want. I don't even know what the exact one that I want would be anyway. Okay, we're starting to get a little low on supplies. Pretty sure we could still make it back to Port Cecil if we needed to. I am getting a little worried. There's got to be a town somewhere up here. I'm hoping Port Cecil's not the closest one. Here we go. We're near Irem, looks like. So we're near at least something. Maybe it's down here. There's definitely something down here. Here we go. Irem. Yep, found Irem. Discovered Irem. Hopefully they sell supplies here. We do have a number of notes of things to do in Irem, but we haven't been here yet in this playthrough, obviously. I feel like they would have to sell supplies here. Like, it wouldn't be that mean to have nothing in this whole area of the map. Because this place doesn't sell supplies, this place didn't sell supplies. This place you could get that one from the mission, but it didn't sell supplies. You can't really stock up there. I don't think the Nativity sold supplies. It might have, though. That was like the spider area. I don't remember it having much in the way of shops when we were there, but I have to look back at my notes. There's a reason why I take all the notes, because I don't actually remember 100% what that place was. The Carlisle's Haven. It's definitely a largish looking town, or area at least. Irem. No one has ever spoken truthfully of this place. The pillared city. She will rise from the sea and the ice like dawn. She will be garlanded with red and decked with gold. The seven serpent will watch you longingly from its high pedestal. You will always arrive as a stranger, but when you leave, some part of you will always remain. Okay. Let's get the poll report. You will record what you have seen. A conundrum. When you will sit down to write the report, you will recall that it was written already. Who wrote it? Wait, when you will sit down to write the report, you will recall that it was written already. Who wrote it? The report records that. It was already written when it was found. Who found it? The report describes another report, which will indicate the name of the finder. Where is the other report? There is a footnote which describes when you will record its location. When will that be? When all is well, and all manner of thing is well. Okay, you will have been here. So it's some sort of like backwards in time. It's like a time. It's nothing to do with time. Like time operates strangely here. Okay, so there's another area for maybe. We'll go ahead and do this. Help her search for her mother. She's known to visit. I think she must have come here when I was conceived. It's close to dreams. She will inhale a gulp of air, eyes half closed. I love this. It's like coming home. Nothing. She will be here. The daughter shakes her head. Damn it. Is that what I meant? This place is confusing, no doubt. Her gaze takes in the towers of ice and basalt, the roses blooming in the warm snow, the riddle fishers gossiping with figments, the glimmer in the east. It's all right though, isn't it? Okay, so we don't need to take her to Irem anymore. The Maybe's daughters. Okay, so it's not in Irem. Could be Conshadow, Naples, Port Canelian, Shellnet, Isle of Cats. And we gain 10 fragments. Okay, so we have two options to do something awaits. We could trade a lamentable relic for 2 moves to the Great Game, or we could do House of the Amber Sky. Let's take a look at our notes here and see if we have any notes on what these options do. We don't have House of the Amber Sky, so we'll... Yes, we do have the Sacrifice one. That's right here. It's 2 of course in the game, which might be useful. But we also have House of the Amber Sky. Something awaits. Let's see what that does. Rest, traveler. Our waters are warm. Our cushions are petal soft. Okay, so this requires 1x dark drop coffee beans. That's what these are called, right? 1 sack of dark drop coffee beans. Sack. And it gives you rest, traveler. Cushions are below. Lay your head here. You'll be healed, or better yet, you will be renewed. You don't really need to be healed or renewed. But I don't have my notes what it does, so let's try it, I guess. Close your eyes. The House of the Amber Sky is a roofless space beneath the fall stars of the Neath, rich with the scent of Irem roses. Despite the ice, it's warm as a desert evening. You will range yourself on the cushions, close your eyes for just a moment. The mirror marches. Okay, there's something here for the genial... Oh yeah, we had the genial magician one, something here. Okay, so this goes to the mirror marches. Enter mirror marches. One thing you can do here is rest, recover, dream. Does something. We're going to retrieve the image. Well, I want to make a note of this because obviously this is done for this guy. There's a rare fruit option, rare fruit, which requires you need Menace's wounds. Requires Menace's wounds and also a Z story. Don't know what that does. We can't do it yet. The rare fruit option. There's the rarest fruit. We do have one Searing Enigma. Oh wait, no, this is all up here. Oops, okay, I'm an idiot. Why am I taking notes of all this? House of the Amber Sky. Okay, so I already have notes on what this stuff does. Okay, so the rarest fruit is going to give you a Hesperian apple. We don't have a need for that at the moment, that I'm aware of at least. Okay, this one gives you a solace fruit, but you have to have wounds. We did want a solace fruit at one point, I think we already used it. Rest gives you -1 wound, but we don't need -1 wound. Some other options here that I don't see. Oh, here we go. Bargain for a paradox. Holy moly, what is this? This will have all your skills, which must be at least 100. Well, they're not that, so... Oh, this will give you an island to colonize Acefall. Ah, okay. That's this thing I had up here. Colonize... Okay, so we have to bring something that can protect against sunlight. Okay, so what is this going to give us? It's going to give you the Parabox. Is it, so this is Parabox from Iron. Lose half your stats. All must be greater than 100. Or greater than or equal to 100. Okay, well, we're not going to do that for this. I think this is a different ending. We're trying to do, again, we're trying to do Book of Sharps. I don't think it's either of these two. Traveling light, rise high and go east. These are my notes here. I think it might have something to do with the Emperor of Hands. Manual of Miracles, the description the game gives it is well forgotten. Find the one who is forgotten. I put Frostbound here. Maybe it's the final room of Frostbound. Can't tell. We just did the Frostbound chamber thing. We didn't get to the final chamber. I don't know if it said something about being forgotten, although like your shadow was in the final room with you or something. But again, these are just my notes with question marks. I don't know if this is actually how you do these things. Okay, but in any case, oh, there's also an ending where you go to Avid Horizon. We're just here at Avid Horizon. Take the Venture Desire quest. Take him to Avid Horizon with one Searing Enigma at a minimum of 50 yards. I feel like there might be another ending at the Avid Horizon we were just at. But we're not doing again, not the focus of this playthrough. We're trying to do Book of Sharps, raise the anarchists to prominence. Okay, so we're done looking at all these things in Irem. Right, so hunt the mirror marches. I don't have that option. Hunt the mirror marches. I guess we're just gonna do rest, recover, dream. Oh no, we're doing this one. Sorry. Retrieve a serpent image. The jungle around you is rich with violently colored fruit, buzzing with insects and unseen life. There's something nestled in the mossy crook of a gray-leafed tree. A wooden serpent, lacquered with black, red, and yellow. Its eyes are garnet flakes. Mind if I pick that up? The genial magician asked. Was he with you when you lay down to sleep? Okay. A weapon, perhaps. Humans rule the waking world, he tells you, more or less, and the Finger Kings rule most of this place. Oh, that's who the tireless mechanic was running away from the Finger Kings, whoever they are. I'm not so careless. I can use it to enact my revenge on the king that took my hand. He is gloating. He actually strokes his mustache with his hook. He retires to his cabin to investigate the serpent image, but emerges a day later disappointed. Different geometries, he explains obscurely. Do you mind if we pop by the Khanate? I can find someone there to help me work this one out. Okay, so the magician now wants to go to the Khanate. Khan's heart specifically. Magician. Okay, we have the serpent image. Go to Khan's heart. We got a number of people who want to go to the Khanate. The haunted doctor also wants to go there. Okay, so the Cannoneer wanted something from Irem called the Judgment's Egg. The Venturer wanted 7 parabola linen, which it said was an... Oh, it must be the shops. Let's go look... let's go look at the shops here. Okay. So, parabola linen costs 50 fragments. Wow. We could buy some of those. I don't know if I want to sell my fragments. Judgment's Egg, is that the thing we needed? Power linen. Yeah, so the Cannoneer wants this Judgment's Egg. 10 secrets! Empty mirror catch box. We used one of these mirror catch boxes already for the Tireless Mechanic's Dreams. Susan Cooper. So all this stuff costs secrets. Interesting. You can sell coffee for parabola linen. Oh, we need parabola. Maybe we'll trade our coffee for parabola linen here. We actually got a captivating treasure. 50 fuel. Good lord. I don't know if we need that. Oh, we can just buy fuel for 20. Okay, so we can iron. So this is a fuel 20 place, fuel 20 supplies. This is just a standard, not a good price, but just sort of a standard price. I can buy a strange catch here. Actually, we have some needs for a few of those. Let's just look at what else we can do here. We could sell a dread surmise for 10 Searing Enigma. Good lord. If you sell this, you may not find it easy to replace. No kidding. 10 Searing Enigmas. You can basically swap 2 Memories and Shores for 1 Tale of Terror, or 2... Okay, so it's like trading these different types of stories at a 2-to-1 ratio. Don't need to do that at the moment. Okay, here's where you get Searing Enigma. So you can buy Extraordinary Invocations, and if you have 5 of them, you can buy a Searing Enigma. We can buy secrets here for money. We're not at the point in the game where we have a ton of money, so that's not going to be relevant yet. Neither of these 2 options. Okay, so what do we want to do here? We're definitely going to buy some fuel and supplies, at least enough to get to the next area. We're definitely going to sell some coffee beans for parabola. How much parabola do we need? We need 7 back in London. Okay, so guess we'll just sell all our coffee beans. Maybe we'll keep 1 coffee bean just for questing purposes. We can't get up to 7 anyway, so not too worried about that. A phantasmal encounter, 189 Captain. No idea what that is, but if you have it, you can sell for 2 secrets. A mountain sherd. If you don't treat this as holy, it can still be sold as a captivating treasure. You can sell it here for 20 parabola linen. Okay, these are relatively cheap. We're definitely not going to buy those. You're not going to buy any of this stuff for secrets. Okay, Judgment's Egg. Is there anywhere else in my notes that is better to get Judgment Eggs from? So this guy says maybe here or Iron Republic. Okay, so here's where we're at. 10 secrets. I really don't want to spend 10 secrets on this. Iron Republic sells it for a fluke core. I don't know what a fluke core is. Oh, this is something to do with the final room. I'm not going to read that. It's kind of a spoiler for myself, at least. You can sell Judgment Eggs in Polythreme for 600. So you could buy this here and then sell it for 600 in Polythreme. Okay, so these Judgment Eggs are worth quite a bit. You can get one in Sovereign Island for a Rage-Wrenched Cinder. Well, based on my notes, you're only ever going to need 1 or 2 Judgment Eggs. 1 for this Cannoneer and then maybe 1 in Frostfound. I'm not at the point where I want to sell 10 secrets. I need secrets to make all these items from my Story of the Sea. And I only have 16, so I'm not at the point where I really want to spend 10 of them for this yet. I know it advances this guy's quest line, but he says he's trying to build a weapon. We're not really at the point where we're trying to shoot stuff. Like his mission was about building a weapon. Yeah, here we go. Learning about... Yeah, take the seal, Judgment's Egg to Iron Republic. He wants to build a cannon, I think. Is what he said when we were talking to him. Okay, well, we've made a note of it, so we can come back here when we want to do that, but I don't think we're at the point where we want to... Do we want to spend 50 secrets? Or 50 fragments? So 50 fragments is basically this amount, because it says 54 to gain a secret. It's basically selling this amount of our secret. So that's like 1, 2, 3, 4. It's like 1/5 of a secret, essentially, for a parabola linen. I mean, you can buy these in London. It's not like they're like super valuable. Like you can buy them for like 100 or something in London. So is 1/5 of a secret worth 100 in London? I mean, 10 secrets is worth a Judgment Egg, which you can sell for 600. So I'm going to say no. I'm going to say 1 secret is not worth, or 1/5 of a secret is not worth. Actually, I guess it is actually, never mind. I guess it actually is. The other person who needed parabola linen was our other officer, this lady. But you also have to have a royal blue feather or 2 casket of sapphires and 3 Stygian ivy. Yeah, so we don't have... Oh, here's a strange catch. Oh, we'll definitely buy that for sure. They sold a strange catch, didn't they? In fact, I need to buy a few, because I think there's like a few things we can actually do with a strange catch. Can we do this right away? No, we don't have any Scintillac. We had Scintillac in the past. Spider said we could get from the Nativity to the south. I don't think we found a good place to get Scintillac. Maybe it was Port Cecil. It might have been at Port Cecil where you can get that. Okay, we have the 1 strange catch. Was there anyone else who needed a strange catch immediately for our point in the game? We're gonna need 7 to do the stat thing in London. Okay, so let's buy at least 7 while we're here then, or maybe 8. 7 for the trophy case, and 1 strange catch can get you a Scintillac in Abbey Rock. Okay, let's stock up on this because I haven't found anywhere else to buy. I mean, we've gotten strange catches from fishing. I mean, shooting fish. But we haven't found anywhere where we can buy them. So we need at least 7. 1 for one for the character, and then an extra one just to have. All right, let's stock up on some at least 10 supplies, 10 fuel. This isn't like a good price. So I'm not gonna like stock all the way up, but I'm not gonna sell our captivating treasure. Although 50 fuel, so it's essentially worth 500 because fuel's worth 10 in London. That's not that much. I guess 500 is not that much. I mean, it's a lot, but it's not an amazing amount or anything. Okay, so I think we've bought and sold everything that we wanted to buy and sell. We can trade 2 to 1. Actually, maybe we should get some more Tales of Terror, but I don't know. I don't know that we need to do that. That's the point. To do our final ambition to write the Song of the Sea, we need 77 of all these things. So maybe at the end of the game, like if we're still missing 77 of one of these 4 things, and we have excess of one of the others, we can do this trade down. But I think until we get to that point, I don't see any particular reason. I don't think there's anything that needed like a specific number of implications. We have a couple of them in our hold. Yeah, we have 2. I haven't seen. I mean, there was some money. Oh, they actually sell in the if it comes up in the Roser's Wharf, they're actually worth 375, and they're only 300. But this only comes up every once in a while. The Alarming Scholar will pay 250 for them, but they're 300 here. This is why I have all these notes, right? Like you would never remember all these things if you weren't taking it. I guess you should probably just look at someone else's wiki, but like, I mean, this is more fun than doing it yourself is more fun than just looking at someone else's wiki. Just taking a quick look at notes here. If there's anything in particular that needs a certain number of external notifications. No, I don't see any. I think the only thing you can really do is use them in. The only thing I have notes for so far is using them in London for either the Roser's Wharf for money or the Alarming Scholar quest, but neither of those is worth buying for 333 because they only sell for 250. Okay, we got 1010. Yeah, I guess we are ready to keep exploring. Let's finish defogging the map up here and then see if there's anything else to be found. We've succeeded in our strategic information quest. So we're at the point we definitely have a lot of stuff we want to do in the Khanate. So we definitely want to head back to the Khanate here. So we'll definitely go that way. But since we're up here, we may as well finish defogging the map. If we need to buy a few more, like after defogging this corner, if we still need a few supplies to get to Port Cecil, we can buy a few more. But I think they're the same price in Port Cecil as they are here, so it's not a priority either one way or the other. Let's go all the way to the. Actually, we should have gone this way and come back this way. Let's just hug the. Let's hug the left here, come up here, and then head back down this way maybe. That's my plan at least. We might need to buy. Sorry, we can buy stuff in Port Cecil. We'll definitely stop by Port Cecil. We just have to have enough to get there. And reevaluate our needs when we get there. Keep sending our Z-Bat out to look for stuff. There's another abyss up here. It is Weaver's Rift. Again, I'm not super excited about just going into random abysses. I guess we could see it if this one is different. It has a different name. It's not called an abyss. I guess since we're on top of here, it's not like we're likely to come back to this corner of the map anytime soon. Yeah, I mean, this is just another Abyss of Grace. So the Abyss of Grace is the same one that we just did. It was the third one. Abyss of Graves. I remember the name of it. So this is also this one. But we've already done that, so we're not gonna. Weaver's Rift. This might be randomized for all I know. It may not be the same one next time you buy it. But I am interested in trying that at some point. Doing ending the game as the joining the Lady of Black, I suppose, in the sea. It says your future characters will have a bonus if you do it. That's what it is. That was what the description was. I'll just defog this last section and then head back this way. Alright, defogged it. Turn this boat around. Head back this way. We haven't really made it. We've been spending a lot of money on this particular voyage. We haven't really made money. It's a good thing that our last couple of voyages we made a decent amount of money. Looks like we're at the edge of the map here. Okay, send our Z-Bat out again. Okay, defog that. Just toggling my light on and off to conserve fuel and manage terror. Turning your light on burns through your fuel when it's up. But it also reduces terror. But you only need to reduce terror as these dots go up and down, so you don't need to like have it on all the time necessarily. Defog that, so we're going to defog here and then start working our way back to... I don't think we need to go here again. This was like something to do with candles, I believe. Nocturne. We lost the crew. We lost the crew last time we were here. Yeah, explore with candle doesn't work when you have self-detention. I have a question mark here. It definitely didn't work last time we tried. Like all that happened is we lost a crew. I don't remember seeing any options that were different. Maybe you have to get rid of self-detention to do whatever that mission is. I don't know. I'm not sure that I've ever in any of my playthroughs done that mission, but again, it was like 10 years ago when I was playing this game originally, so I won't say that I remember everything that I did back then. I remember bits and pieces of the general things that happened, but well, when I see them, they refresh my memory, I should say. If you ask me out of the blue what was a thing that happened 10 years ago, I probably won't remember. Alright, discovered the Arnzen Deep. It's like another abyss. Unfinished. A grating roar below decks. One among your clay men cargo. Missing something usual like obedience, temperance, or a sense of humor. We do have a secure apartment, but it's not equipped right now. If we did have it equipped, we could wait it out and still work something in there. I guess we will destroy it. Regrettable, but these things must be done. We succeeded, but we lost a clayman and we lost a crew. Claymen are strong as stone, a savage battle. Unfinished men may be fierce as lambs or meek as kittens. This one is not a kitten. At last it lies shattered. Okay, well, that could have gone. I wish my hearts were higher. I would have preferred to negotiate with it rather than have that happen, but I'm not going to go to the Artisan Deep. I mean, if it's just another rift or abyss or whatever, I'm assuming it is. We're not too interested in doing more abyss-related things at the moment. I could be wrong. I mean, it could be a new and interesting thing, but so far, every one of these things has just been that same abyss series of missions, so I'm assuming it's not anything interesting. Alright, so now we're heading back to Port Cecil and then to the Khanate. We have a number of things to do in the Khanate. Some of that coffee that we bought was supposed to be for the Khanate, but we used all our coffee at this point. Oh well. Discovered the Nablus Reef. Could go here if we need more supplies, but we don't. And there wasn't really anything interesting to do with something awaits that I remember. What was the one thing that we did in IRM? We just did it. It was like well, you could rest for a wound, but I don't have any wounds. Yeah, there wasn't. Oh, there was the trade one lamentable for 2 moves of the great game. Well, we have a couple of moves of the great game already. I don't know that we necessarily need to. We're not on a quest to get a certain number of them that I'm aware of. If we were, I would certainly do that. But I'm not going to go out of my way for that. Okay, we're going to head down this way. We did, well, as far as... we missed this one little chunk here, but oh well. I'm sure there's nothing in there. As far as debugging the map goes, we're doing pretty good. There might be I wonder if there's like a reward for debugging the whole map. I'm not actually sure. Like you get like a chart, like an achievement for like a chart of the whole map. I don't know. Yeah, we're not going to go back to this wreck of the Nocturne. I don't have anything in my notes about it. Last time we were there, all that happened was we lost a crew member. Unless someone in the game tells us to go there, we're not going to just go there on our own. We are looking for whatever this place is called, Hideaway. Have we found Hideaway yet? I don't recall finding something called Hideaway. It's probably in this area where we haven't searched yet. Yeah, I don't see... Yeah, we haven't found Hideaway yet. It must be down here somewhere. Unless it's up here. Maybe it's up here. Back in the Principles of Coral is where Port Cecil is. I guess we're going to go south to get this chunk defogged here. We're running low on supplies. We have enough to get to Port Cecil though. And remember, there's definitely a shop in Port Cecil we can use. There's one of the... Have we fought this thing? I don't remember if we fought this thing or not. I have to see how many hit points it has. Again, if it has like 400 or more, I'm not gonna... It's an albino moray. Albino moray. So you can... if you have a tomb colonist aboard, there's a thing for it. Or otherwise you can get an unprepossessing mask to get a hunting trophy. Dissect it for another hunting trophy. I mean, I'll definitely try to kill it if it doesn't have too many hit points. 210? Okay, we can fight something that has 200. 16 damage. 200 is an okay number, but 400 above is too much. Too much. Too much for our current boat and weapon solution. Although if we had it stuck on a thing like this, we'd probably be fine. Yeah, so it sounds like we need a hunting trophy either way. Yeah, we don't have a tomb colonist objective. Unlocked when objective tomb colonist is open a monstrous heal. I don't know how you get that. Maybe if you do the tour again, the tomb colonist tour. So what did I just say? So this guy had like 100 and something HP, or it was like 200 HP. 200 HP, 16 HP per hit, roughly. Oops, caps locked on. Detected gives you hunting trophy. Butcher it gives you maybe also hunting trophy. This is low risk. I guess we'll just do this. One hunting trophy, one Stygian ivory. Nature's armory. Observe its teeth, the hooks, the clamps, the cunning tendon of its jaw. Its skin, which almost defeats your knives, and which secretes a slime containing a toxin that causes paralysis of the nerves. You can't learn from these. We'll try the other one next time. The butcher it option. Wasn't entirely clear to me if they were the same results or not. Looks like they both end up with a hunting trophy, but who knows. Well, we do have to go to Port Cecil, but we'll do a little defogging and then head south. Because we do need some supplies. I think the Khan Shadow also sold supplies, but we're going to stop at Port Cecil. We'll get the port anyway. Discovered Dow's 8. Not sure exactly what that is. I haven't found any islands, so we haven't found any underwater towns. I mean, we found the Undergrove, we haven't found any other ones. Probably should have just gone directly south, but I'll turn around this rock and then go head south. Definitely need more fuel and supplies. Always need more fuel and supplies. Again, we've been spending money. We haven't really made any money on this play session, unfortunately. Bidmead Reefs. Gained a few stats from the Abyss mission. That was nice. For what it's worth, at least. That's another one of those albino moors. I would fight it. I mean, like I said, I'm interested in doing more combat stuff. Can I fire my aft weapon? My aft weapon actually does more damage, 35 to 45. I mean, whatever. It already left. I can fight on the way out, maybe. Oh, we have this fellow here. Drop off the checkered character. He waits eagerly by the rail. He lifts his head to inhale. I can already smell the chest, he announces. Thank you. Farewell. He says neither of these things. He drops a sweaty bundle of banknotes in your hand, 100 echoes, and hares off up the hill, fingers twitching to begin a game. Game players, eh? Gamers got a game, I guess. See, this is the port report. Get that. Done that already. Something awaits. You can explore the coral. Oh, Shintalak. We need some Shintalak. Although it's a chancy challenge. This was the chess game. Our pages have gone up a little bit. Actually, our pages have gone up some. She gives pages. He gives pages. Oh, these guys give pages. So what are our chess odds up to? 59%? I think we gained terror when we failed. I mean, 59%. We have plenty of terror to fill up our. Oh, we succeeded. Okay. A disciplined success. Odd thoughts bubble up each time you touch a chess piece. This one longs for home. That one has a secret desire for vengeance. Oh, this is the same description you always get when you win the chess game. Oh, that's right. You actually gain pages when you do these, when you succeed. Okay, so now we have extra move or chess. You can watch carefully. These are our new options. Don't have an Aposi. Oh, Aposian chess piece. That was one of the colors we need is Aposian. Yeah, I don't know how you get it yet, but you could sell it if we don't have it yet. Okay, let's watch the chess players carefully. No, no, one tells you. No, no. There's only one left who will play against you. You need an extra move to find it. An extra move. As you reach the crossroads in Port Cecil, a voice whispers, "Pawn to bishop 6, a rearing shape the size of a cottage, rather like a mitred bishop. Indeed, stands 6 yards to your right. A crevice in the coral side might be a cave mouth." Okay. A strong silver. You squeeze through the crevasse into a narrow space, like a stair. Irregular shaped steps lead down. The silver light is strong here, and it grows stronger with each step downwards. Move a paw or move a knight. The pulse of the principles. Silvery light fills a sea cave dripping from the walls. It condenses to pools of whitish fluid on the uneven floor. Sea sound fills the cave, strong and slow, like the long beating of a heart. On a slab of coral, someone has set up a game of chess. The pieces are different from the ones used in London. You see the spiraling bishops, the corner roots, the kin, and the terrible cream. As you touch each one, a deep voice whispers its name. Move a paw, the cat's paw. This is a safe move. Move a knight. A touch will wound you. This is an aggressive move. Do I have any notes about this particular encounter? No. So this is the pulse of principles. So you can do move a paw, safe, or move a knight, +1 wound. Well, let's try moving a paw first. So that's a pawn. Unlocked when you're speaking with the principals. You have this. Okay, so we're speaking with the principals. I gained a page. An opening. Ah, the cavern breathes around you. That felt charming. Think you are. The game soothes the pangs of dissolution in. But I want so to be less. I am tired of thought. Will you help me? Sleep will not be enough. I desire no dreams. Will you help? An opening. Okay. I will offer assistance, I suppose. I'll offer assistance with the dissolution. In the flow of air through the cavern, you hear the voice of the principals, languorously pleading. I offer an assistant, it flutes, in Shintalak. You enjoy Shintalak, aren't you? I am. An assistant. A rubbery man rises from a cyst in the floor. An iridescent cicatrice crosses its face. Even in this flood of silvery light, it pulses like a fevered moon. It shovels closer. Schalt flyens, it wheezes. Unprecedented! A rubbery capable of human speech, in however debased and pitiful a mode. My emissary, the cave whispers. Treat it gently. The whisper follows you back up the steps. Take it to the salt lions. Okay. So this is a mission for Port Cecil. We just did this. Take Macrius Outcast to Salt Lions. A minor piece. The nacreous outcast, its brothers and sisters have abandoned it. Pearly light drips from its mantle crest. The principals have touched it, and not gently, but it can work miracles with salt and fish flesh. Okay, is that like a officer, or it is the cook? Is it better than our current cook? 63422. Okay, so it's not better, but it's different. Go ahead and talk to it. We have some of these extra strange catches that we've stocked up on. Speak to your nacreous acquaintance. It drips eagerly. Perhaps if it comes to your cabin, you should put down some sort of matting. Invite it down with you. You'll need a suitable morsel. Question mark. Okay. It shakes its head firmly, tentacles slapping its neck. Schultfliens, it lisps. Schult if attention. It turns an earnest eye to you. Apparently it wants to visit Saltlines before I speak to you further. Okay. At least no other crew were around to witness a rubbery man rejecting a human invitation. Okay, so we need to go to Saltlines first. Okay, so we can do an extra move. As you reach the crossroads in Port Cecil, a voice whispers, pawn to bishop 6. A rearing shape the size... Okay, we already did this. This just goes into the principles, I guess, right? Yeah, okay. Okay, so we can either try to gather Shintalak at 51% chance, or we could explore the Coral Knoll. We just looked at the notes here. Let's see. Gather Shintalak can give you terror for some Shintalak. We'll just do the explore option, I think, because we don't have very high mirrors. So let's just do this. A shadowy predator. Uh-oh. It's the little things, the click of a sliding stone where there should be silence, a motion in the shadows as if they were thick stirred like ink, a lull in the cries of the Zevats. Something is watching you, drawing closer hour by hour. You and your crew draw back to back, watching in the darkness. Watch it, wait, watch and end it. 30% chance. Probably not gonna do that. It has stealth, but you have rifles. Could try to capture it. 24% chance. That would be risky. Or retreat to the ship. I guess we'll just retreat to the ship right now. Okay, we'll gain the yellow terror at least. And 1 terror. An orderly retreat. You sense it in the murk. Its course parallel to your own. By the time it draws near, the lights of the port are already ahead. Your sailors clatter up the gangplank, whispering together nervous undertones. Okay. We didn't find out how to get the Opposian chest piece. Maybe it's when you finish this mission for the fellows here. Okay, so we're going to the Khanate next. Is the Khanate a better place to buy supplies? Let's see. Is it like Khan's Shadow? Let's see. Khan's Heart, 50-50. Khan's Shadow, 15-25. Okay, so we just need enough to get to Khan's Shadow. I think we can buy like 1 of each maybe. And then we'll stock up a little more when we get to Khan's Shadow. We can't do this right. This is hideaway. We can also fight this thing. Oops, I don't want to dock. Oops, oops. Wanted to go into combat. Well, we're going into combat regardless if I want to or not, because he's charging me. 16 damage. That hurt a little bit there. It's not the best place for fighting. A little bit cramped, although now you got him stuck on that thing again. I'm gonna do the other option this time. Last time I did dissect it, so we'll do butcher it this time. Okay, do I need to buy more supplies and fuel to get back here? I said butcher, we're gonna try this one. Gain an unprepossessing mass trophy. So all we got was this. We got like a few fragments, I guess. So you always get these 2 things. And you either get an unprepossessing mass or you get fragments. Suitable for smoking and preserve it to eat at your leisure. Okay. Gain 2 supplies. Okay. Edible if salty. We better buy up fuel, I guess. Kind of just use a bunch of fuel there. I should have waited for the. Actually, we need a few more fuel if we're going to defog this whole section. Supposed to buy like at least one more. Okay. Let's defog this and then end up back in Khan's shadow. Could fight more of those mores. I mean, we took some damage, I guess, but wasn't the end of the world. Okay, let's head north. Hopefully about enough fuel. I guess we can always stop at... Maybe we'll stop at Stotter's Haven if we need fuel. Maybe I didn't buy enough fuel. Hard time anticipating exactly how much fuel you're gonna need. Discover the Chang'e Rift. Send out our Z-Bat. So rifts are different than abysses, or are they just abysses? I think that's the same as that. Yeah, it's just another abyss. Something up here. Or no, it's just more little chunks of island. Okay, I got that defogged. Head down to here. I guess we could go... Yeah, just head south. Still got 3 fuel, 2 supplies. Well, but soon to be 1 supply. I'm sure we'll make it. Down to 1 supply. I mean... We had 4 when we left here. We had 3 when we left here. We have 1. Ah, we'll make it. It's fine. We could go full power to the engine, although it says something... Sometimes it causes your ships to explode. Could fight that guy. I don't... Fighting sometimes takes more time because you have to, like, you know, do your little dancing and fighting. So I'm not going to do it now. We're only have 1 supply in the hold. Although you could get supplies if you kill him, but like it's not guaranteed. The Shatranic Lobe. Okay, now let's head directly towards the edge of Khan's shadow here. Yeah, did get some good defogging up here at least. We missed some stuff here and here, but I'm sure we'll have to head back to this area at some point. Can defog the rest of it then. Another ship. Again, don't have enough supplies to do any extended sea engagements here. So we're just gonna pass by them for now. This is why I take notes of where you can buy supplies, because like not every town even sells supplies. So it's like if you were at this condition right here, and like you're like, okay, we did this last time. What did we get when it succeeded? It's like some -3 terror or 1 terror. If you, yeah, I mean it's either 1 or 3. So it's, I mean, it's not a big deal either way. Terror's not an issue right now. No, we're not interested in fighting. This aft weapon, I've never actually fired it. Like, I guess you'd have to be getting chased. Like, someone would have to be like right behind you because it takes a while for it to like lock on. I've never had someone in my rear long enough for it to actually dock. This is new. A gathering of... Oh, that's one of the things we wanted to do was for the doctor here. She wanted to be here too. Okay, so both her and the doctor wanted to come here. Let's just buy a couple supplies just in case like one of these dialogue missions involves supplies. Probably doesn't, but you can buy another empty mirror catch box here. I might actually do that. There was something we needed a mirror catch box for. Oh, it was in Acefall, I think. You could like capture the sunlight or something. Yeah, it says it says it on the description. An unlucky device for capturing sunlight. Last time we used it for this, we actually did this. This guy, we got the box full of angry snakes, dream snakes, and we locked his dreams in it or something. Don't need to sell these things. We might buy some Stygian ivory. Can you sell these in London? Creative human souls. I don't think I have it written down either way. I didn't write down everything you can sell in London because there's so many things you can sell in London. Yeah, I didn't write down everything you can sell in London. Well, the brass embassy. Actually, I don't even think I've unlocked the brass embassy. Would buy them for 63. It's only 6 though. It's only a profit of 6. Not really worth the hassle. We will need a lot of Stygian ivory at some point. Somebody's quest involved like 40 of them or something, but I don't think we're that. I think it was this guy here. Yeah. So once we've freed the stage from wisdom, we'll need to get 40 Stygian ivory, but we don't need that right now. Okay. So what did I say we were gonna do here? We were going to talk to the gathering of anarchists for. Oh, the anarchists! Hey, anarchists! Okay, maybe this is Khan's shadow. Ah, we might have found the anarchists. That is nothing unusual here, of course. Most nights, half the shadow hatches plots over cheap wine and old insults, but who is that officer in the crowd? The usual diatribes. The haunted doctor stands listening in rapt attention, his remaining eye closed. On a stage made from tables and upturned chairs, an attractive young man and woman take turns raging against injustice and talking of the glorious day when London and the Connate and all others who dare elevate themselves above others will face their reckoning. The irony is, as ever, lost. What's the irony? Attractive young man raging against injustice. Not sure what the irony is there. Once the meeting ends, he hurries over to thank you, glowing with second-hand fervor. I have missed this, says the doctor, something strange taking over his face. If you didn't know better, you'd say it was a smile. He heads over to the young woman to try it out, renewed purpose in his stride. The haunted doctor is different. Okay. You no longer have the haunted doctor. You now have the determined doctor. Now he has a cause. Okay. Let's also do maybe here. She was here as well. Okay, so she was a spy once. I think she might still be one. Well, a lot of us are freelancers anyway. Okay, so there's a lot of spy stuff going on in this town. Look, perhaps you shouldn't say any of this to the Admiralty. I do talk nonsense when I'm nervous. No luck. She murdered a white and gold here last month, or someone else in Lilac did. It's an unlucky color here, I think. But let me tell you something else I heard, and then we can look elsewhere. We'll find her. Kind of the move of the great game. And we no longer need to take the Maybe's daughter to Khan's shadow. Naples, Port Cornelian, Shellnate, or Isle of Cats. Okay. Do we want to trade 1 hunting trophy for 4 watchful curios? May as well. Got a couple of those. And nothing else to do with our something awaits. We did this before, I believe. I think this is where we got our watchful curios last time. And then we took them to Polythreme, I believe, and changed them from watchful curios into watchful idols. Okay, so we bought a few fields and supplies, but we're gonna need more. Do we want to buy? I think I will buy an empty mirror catch box. Because it's not, I haven't found another place in the game to even buy these things, other than here. Let's see, artifacts. We did the... Oh, actually, the mission, this guy in IRM can either do Paladin or artifacts. We already have 6 of them. Maybe we'll just buy 1 more and then we can turn them in for 7 here. We don't have 7 Paladins, so maybe we'll just turn these in. 10 of them makes an heirloom for your sibling or for your scion, but 10 of them, the heirlooms sell for 1,000, so it's not a net profit. Okay, so I don't need. I can delete this note. I did that. Check in logins for something to explore. I think I did this already. I met like some lady who gave a play or a talk or like a TED talk or something. Okay, so we need to go to Contart to send a captain to Rack. We do need to go to the Empire of Hands, although I don't think we need to do it right away. So we'll probably head back to London before and then do that on another voyage. Okay, yeah, nothing stands out to me here. So where are we going to go next? Do we want to stock up on fuel here, or are we going to go somewhere that's better to stock up on fuel? Let's see. Well, we just said we need to go to Con's Heart or Clear, I forget which one. So we're going to do that first. We do have a Susan Scuba long box, so maybe we'll go this way, defog this stuff, and then some other time we'll come back over here and do the other things. Okay, I like that. So we'll go Con's Heart, Con's Glory, Station 3, Shepherd Isles, or maybe Shepherd Isles, Station 3, Abbey Rock, these pieces. Oh, Gator's Morn. We talked to the pirate poet. We still haven't been back to Gator, so we still want to go to Gator's Morn. Okay, so we're gonna need some. I think this is the best place to get. We're gonna need like at least 10 to do all of this. Probably even more than 10. We'll do like 12 maybe. Oops. Let's get 12. Okay, that should be enough to get back to London, I think. Hopefully. And do all the things we just talked about doing. We'll get this stuff next time. Because we have stuff we need to do in one of the Con 8 places. Okay, so we're on our way back to London. Gonna hit these guys up along the way. That'll be a good stopping session for this play part. Once we get back to London. Got a lot done. We definitely lost a lot of we lost a lot of money this playthrough. I think we started with like 3,000 echoes. Now we're down to like 1,000. We lost like 2,000 echoes in this playthrough, so it wasn't a good session from my money perspective. But we did a lot of other things like knowledge, and knowledge is worth stuff as well as money. We gained some stats. That was good. We also lost some stats, but I think it was a net. Overall, it was a net gain. Okay, don't have something aways yet. We gotta hang out for just a little bit of time here. Don't want to dock until we have something awaits. I forget if it was this one or the other one, but we're already here, so we're just going to do this one first. Find help for the genial magician. Here we go. Someone in Hauntar help he needs. We can hire someone. 500 echoes. Holy lord. Or 5 secrets. Or if we had the Cognanian Navy. Do I value 5 secrets more than 500 echoes? Like basically, I mean, 1 Parabolin is whatever, 1 Watchful Carrier is whatever. 5 secrets or 500 echoes? I mean, in Irem you can buy secrets. Just out of curiosity, like what was the price in Irem for a secret? Irem. Secrets are 1,000. So this seems like a better. If you have the money, it seems like this is better, because these sell for 1,000. Or you can buy them for 1,000. You can't sell them for 1,000. The Merchants of Truth. The informers of the Copper Quarter by the docks peddle knowledge from all over the Unterzee. The only things they won't sell are their real names. One who calls herself the Bright Bird introduces you and the magician to a wizened man in bright silk, a collector of looking glasses. The magician and the collector mutter together for a while. The collector wheezes with laughter. At last the magician returns, eyes bright. All shall be well, he says, and all manner of things shall be well. I know where to go now. I know what to do. Thank you, my friend. My revenge is almost within my grasp. Return to London. Okay. The magician's story continues. Good to know. Turn to London. The genial magician. Okay. Oh, I hope it was worth 500 echoes, whatever this ends up doing. Okay, it's the other thing we want to do. We actually did this before. We lured this exact same. We've now have 8. Wait, we sent 8x ships to Rack? Okay, nice. I mean, I only did it once, but I guess. Okay, we don't need to get rid of terror. We don't need to hire crew. We do have something awaits. Every time we did this, we failed and our suspicion went up, so I'm not going to do this when it's only 50%. Can't do any of these other options yet. This doesn't do anything, just tells you to go to the Khan's heart. Okay, so do we have anything to do? So that was Khan's shadow. So we did the Khan. Did we just do the haunted doctors thing? Shoot, we did, right? We just did that in Khan's shadow. We can dine with him now. I haven't done this in a while. He will bring the wine, he tells you. Do you happen to have any more of that delightful Z trout? No matter. Your sorbet melts untouched. And no, they are not restless elements. He slams his hands down on the table. Do you not see, citizen? Every year the bazaar, she devours us from within. The rich dream honey dreams, while the poor shovel lacquer with their bare hands in the streets, just to earn a few echoes to buy food. And above it all, the masters and the... He never does get around to answering your actual question, or whether he enjoyed the main course. Okay, that doesn't do anything. I think we did do this. I remember it had something about his eye. So we did this. I don't know what we have to do next for him. Oops. Does it say in our journal what we need to do next with him? I kind of spaced out. I didn't update my notes. This is why I update my notes. You have an inkling of what haunts him. So is there anything reason to go to Khan's glory? Glory. I know we don't have our coffee beans anymore. We don't have any drowning pearls. Yeah, we don't have any of this stuff. There's no reason to go up to Khan's glory then. Okay, well, then we're off. We'll go to Station 3 next. We have one Sooth and Cooper long box. Last time there was a pretty interesting little story that we've involved. We delivered the Sooth and Cooper long box to the character there, and he cracked it open and got a heart metal ingot out of it. So we'll see what happens. That was the first time we'd ever done a Sooth and Cooper long box. We'll see what happens with the second one we deliver here. Hopefully maybe we can get a heart metal ingot someday. There was something somewhere in the game we saw a use for a heart metal ingot, although I don't remember what it was. Again, this is why I take all these notes. All the different things in this game is I can possibly remember what they're all for. Like what was a heart metal ingot for? Who knows? Okay, we have a lot of options here. What are all these different options? Questions for the Acolyte, errands for the Acolyte, observing the last autopsies. I guess we'll just start at the top. What, do I have any notes on what these things are? Let's see, station... There's Station 3. There you go, depot. Exchange a long box for a heart metal ingot. I don't know what that option is. Okay, questions for the Acolyte. Yeah, done. I mean, at one point in my previous playthroughs I did this. Okay, so ask how he came to be, 50 fragments, -3 station favor, he pressed for details. Ask why she sings. Okay, let's try errands for the Acolyte, I guess. Those options don't sound... I mean, secrets is always good, but let's fill out the rest of my notes here. Errands for the Acolyte. Let's see what this option is. There's also observing the latest autopsies. Let's do this first. So we have guarding the yard. You can only do that when you don't have something awaits. A visit to Sooth and Cooper. So guarding the yard. So this is like know something awaits. Mirror challenge. Can't do that at the moment. We have a visit to Sooth and Cooper. Well, this is their long boxes. This is a something awaits challenge. We have a present. If you have 200 fragments, a present requires 200 fragments to do something. We have a novel present. A novel present. It's a Veils challenge. To something. 64. Oh, sorry, pages, not Veils. Okay. Can we do perhaps not, just to see what else we can do? Okay, so we can do the other things. Can't do any of these when you have something awaits. Can do the sister. What are all these things? Observe the latest autopsies. So these are the ones we had notes on up here. Ask how she came to be here. Is 50 fragments. Unlocked when you are earning the favor, you have 10. Ask why she zings, gives you 20 fragments. We'll see if these options are still here after we do our something. I'm not sure if this consumes your something awaits or not. Can deliver the long box. We do have this. No more than 8, you have 4. Return later. Exchange. Oh, here you go. Here's where you can exchange a long box for a heart metal ingot. But what use is heart metal to you? But then again, what use is a long box? What use is a heart metal ingot to us? I think it might be part of the weapon that the cannoneer is working on. Heart metal. Can sell them for 120 in Rosegate. Can trade them in Anth for a hunting trophy, a tale of terror, memory of distant shores, 1 sea story, and 5 supply. So it's got some value there. Nothing else in my notes. Okay. We'll come back to that. So let's do the observe latest autopsies first. Let's see what these things are. I'll make a quick note of this. Okay, so this is the sister. This looks like the only one we can do for whatever reason. Her clothes are virtuous and her hands are neatly folded on her breast, itching. When the austere acolyte pulls the corpse's hand away from her chest, you see the nodules grow in both palms, flattened ovals under the skin. The acolyte's big nutcracker struggles to get any purchase on these, dense and narrow as they are, but she manages it in the end. She is singing about a beach of sugar sand and an ocean of caramel. She spends a long time with the goggles, and the song goes quiet then. With a sigh, the acolyte throws the secrets aside. She wanted to kill her sister's husband. She didn't commit the murder, but her hands itched to push him from the balcony of their townhouse. Even from here, you sense the breathtaking hatred, as involuntary as lust, the precision of the murderous fantasies, surprise because she was not accustomed to such feelings, fear at learning she was capable of them, self-justification that such feelings were deserved, heady excitement at having any emotion that ran so strong, then hate again. Your pony is made of fresh-baked bread, sings the acolyte in your ear, your back in your body. You find yourself standing very close to the noxious black pellet, as though you were about to scoop it up and eat it. And butter is its saddle, she sings soothingly, leading you away to the far side of the room. There you sit until she has disposed of the thing, which is of no use to anyone. So we gained 2x Tale of Terror, 10 terror, 1 fragment, and 2 station favor, or acolyte's favor, plus 2 favor. I'm presuming all these things are going to give you favor. Now 12. Okay, so none of those other options are available, but this one is still available. What does the deliver the long box option do again? So for an iron challenge, you can get 5 favor and 100 fragments. I kind of want the heart metal ingot. We're not going to break into the warehouse. We're not going to do a Veils challenge. It's not our... We'd send ahead... So basically it's going to be this thing again. Maybe I'll do this one more time to get a fresh in my mind exactly what all this stuff does again. Let's do this one more time. So we gained 2 more favor. We gained 100 echoes. Oh, okay, so it's just that. I thought we were going to get to do that whole series of dialogues again, but no. Okay, so it's just 2 favor and 100 echoes on repeat. This is like the first time, and then like Deliver long box subsequent times. Sequent times. So it's like 100 echoes and 2 favor plus 2 favor. So there's no dialogue options there. It's just 100 echoes. Okay, so I would have rather have done this, but I didn't know. So okay, no other shops here. Let's head out. Go to. So we're not gonna do this right now. We're gonna do Abbey Rock. I guess we can go up to Shepherd Isles and then come back through Abbey Rock. We have enough fuel for that, I believe. Burning Blue. We've had this before, I believe. You can spend them a story, or you can attempt to calm them. This is like something to do with terror, right? And gain 1 fragment. I think if you fail that, you might gain terror or something. But I don't want to spend them a tale. I don't want to spend a Z story. Actually, are we going to have enough to get... Well, I'm sure one of these places has a chance to buy supplies if I don't think we're going to make it. But because we lost a lot of money on this mission, I feel like we have to at least defog some map stuff. Otherwise I feel like we won't have accomplished much. We could also go underwater. I don't think there's any underwater towns here because we've already explored. Can do some more combat if we run into any ships. Sometimes you can get fuel and supplies from doing that. Okay, getting up here to this new map section. Okay, we'll fight this guy. A steam pirate penance will die in 1 hit. Oh, 2 hits, I guess. Go ahead and loot her. 1 firkin of prisoners, honey. Well, something. Do you want to go to Shepherd Isles? I guess I'll hit this section and then go down. Maybe go hit up, and then down. I mean, I have something waste right now. I feel like I should use it, but I don't know if there's anything in particular we need to do in Shepherd Isles or not. Let's focus on defogging. We can come back down this way. A spy walks the ship. They're good, very good. Were it not for a single envelope sitting face up instead of down on your desk, you might never have noticed. Search every cavern, open every long box. Succeeded. The determined doctor makes no plea. He's a traitor. No apology and no excuse. He holds his hands out for irons and is escorted to the brig with his head held high. Oh, the doctor. He was our doctor. He is now different. A difficult conversation. The determined doctor stands as the door opens, irons clicking on his wrist. His eye is defiant. The cold sweat on his brow tells a different story. Demand an explanation. The question is a single word: why? His words mean nothing. No, let's figure out. I want to understand why. An impersonal betrayal. Why would a man throw a life preserver to a drowning child? The determined doctor looks up, revolutionary fervor in his eyes. You are not there, citizen, or you would know. Our only salvation is in anarchy, in burning London, bringing down the Connaught, and sealing the Cumaean Canal, taking back what was. Okay, this sounds like what we're trying to do. This sounds very anarchists. So I like where this is going. Our only salvation is anarchy. Okay, we just did that. They understand that in the shadow, they understand. Okay, I like where this is going. Okay. Can we help him? We can argue with him. Good Lord, has the man ever found a cause he didn't immediately embrace? We could try to deal with him. He did what he thought was right. If he swears and never repeats it, his honor will hold him to it. Or pass judgment. Well, let's argue, I guess. It is a question worth asking, but for a moment, it is as if you have got through to him. But no. A man who would fall so quickly from worshipping sorrow spiders into the crooked clutches of the Calendar Council and still be instantly won over by a bunch of Cognanian anarchs is a man with an impenetrable shield of homilies and self-justification. I did what I must, says the doctor, his solitary eyes staring past her ear. I could have done no less. We could try to deal with him or pass judgment. I actually want to help him. Well, let's see what this does. A principled stand. Please understand that there was no pleasure or satisfaction in what I did. It was only with the bitterest regret and for the greatest good that I betrayed your trust. But I cannot swear that, citizen. I must continue to act as my conscience demands, as you must with yours. I will speak no false promises to spare my neck. Okay, well, I want to help him, so I'm interested in where this is going. A verdict is reached. The determined doctor does his best to look defiant, but is unable to hide his nervous trembling. So I can have him return to work or leave the ship. Okay, well, we'll have him return to work, because like I said, I like where this is going. Under guard, of course, he is fortunately or not too good a surgeon to simply discard. It does not seem much of a punishment. Still, the doctor's face sinks into gloom. Was he hoping to be a martyr for his latest cause? Is he simply sick that he will be unable to help his anarch friends? It matters not. The irons around his wrists are removed. He is free to resume his duties, at least for the moment. Interesting. Okay, so can we talk to him again? Can check in on him. She says the man is different. The guy reports the doctor has barely spoken since returning to work. He certainly has not smiled. He goes through the motions solely in the hope of being left alone, away from the scorn and suspicion of the crew. His patients have mended more or less, but their sutures are poorly stitched, their medications miscounted, and their bones carefully set. The crew grumbles. A word must be had. Okay, oh, interesting. Here we go. Now we got some options. A long talk, cold reality, 175 hearts. A long talk for London. Unlocked when London is Renation, glorious, significant, substantial, or tremendous. Okay, well, I do want to do this, but we're going to need either 175 hearts or 175 pages. I am interested in where this goes. Speak when either 175 hearts or 175 pages. That could be a while. We are not quite close to 175, but we'll look at these other things when we get that close. I don't think we want to do London. We don't want to do London because we want to do we want to do something with the anarchists. Hopefully he won't be sabotaging our ship as we go through the game, but yeah, who knows. Okay, here, and up to the north. That was interesting, at least. I think we found some hint of what the anarchists... So it sounds like the anarchists are in Con Shadow. So if we want to raise the anarchists to prominence, we need to focus our resources on doing things for Con Shadow. Or the Doctor, one of the two. Another vortex up here. Do we need to go to the Chapel of Lights? I don't think we needed to for any particular reason. Was there anything useful to do there with something awaits? Oh, we can delete this note about going to the Chapel of Lights. Oh no, that's the sigil to navigate. Okay, we do need to go there if we have 2 live specimens. Okay. You can use spending Enigma. You can reduce nightmare strength and wound. -5 supplies. I don't need that. You can spend 3 Eolus for 1 extraordinary implication. I don't think we picked up 3 Eolus, did we? 3 Eolus. No, we don't have 3 ambiguous Eolus. Okay, yeah, we don't need to go to Chapel of Lights for any particular reason then. We have not seen very many encounters as ships and other things in this session. We fought a couple of those eels around Port Cecil. We attempted to fight a terror moth or whatever it was called, but it was a little too strong for our current boat and firing options there. Yeah, not a lot of ships today. So start heading south. Okay, we go to Anth again. Let's see. Or just go to, I do want to go to Gatorsmorn. I don't care about Abbey Rock from what I recall, but we're going to head this way anyway, I guess. Yeah, we're not going to go to Anth. We're just going to focus on defogging right now. I don't think there was anything immediately we could do in Anth. We needed more... We needed the port report or something from Khan's Heart. Maybe we'll go to Anth, actually. Yeah, I think we wanted the port report from Khan's Heart. Maybe it was Khan's Glory. We didn't actually go to Khan's Glory. Well, let's go to Anth. I think I had in my notes that there was something about a port report from Khan's Heart there. And we're halfway there anyway, so... Plus, I think you can buy us fuel and supplies there. You can definitely buy fuel and supplies in Palmerston if we want to go up there, but I don't think we have any particular reason to go up there. We're having tea with the Deviless. She wanted something from us, but it was like a... What did the Deviless want in Palmerston? Creative... No, we already did the Creative Human Souls. I didn't take notes on what she wanted next, if anything. And now I'm curious to go up there. Okay, so we need to go underwater to get to Anth. But I think the opening was on the south side, if I remember correctly, or the left side. Still haven't found Hideaway to deliver this letter. Yeah, it's not on our map. I mean, that's why we're defogging. To find places we haven't found yet. Looks like our terror is probably going to be above 50 when we go back to London. Which means we'll probably get another nightmare. Okay. But, can't do anything about it. This has actually been a longer session. I mean, we got a lot done. It just hasn't been like a good stopping spot of finality. Ugh, I hate backing up. It's so slow. Oh, dock. It already says dock. I wasn't paying attention. Okay, so we get the port report. So I thought there was something we could do. So we need the sharpness of spleen to talk to her. We have pretty good cultivation. We can just get the spleen right away. There was something else about the skeleton. You can't get that one until you have 2. Okay. So you can only either get spleen or liver first. We'll just get spleen so we can talk to what's her face. If you get muter salt, you could do... Oh, it's just a different way to get capacity. Okay. Okay, we'll get spleen. We'll go talk to Racina. Seek healing. If you have menaces, we don't need to do that. Okay, never mind. Nothing to do here at the moment. Let's try the other conditions we haven't done yet. So we haven't done... I don't think we've done groin. Did that unlock anything? Okay, so that lets us do romantic literature for supply. We don't even have romantic literature. We've never even seen one. So we're not doing that. We've done lungs, we've done tongue, we haven't done skeleton yet. Let's do skeleton. The bone barrow. The room is oval in cross-section and about 50 feet long. The walls are packed earth rather than stone. The inhabitants take turns to hold up the part of the ceiling that is in danger of caving in. I still don't recommend falling from a height, one of the old-timers is saying to a new member. True, you won't break your bones, now they'll break you. Tear right through your muscle and skin and stick out. Ha! Unless you go the rest of the way and grow a sharp skin, but, he shrugs, a bit tasteless that, isn't it? Your skeleton is sharpened and clarified. Is your skeleton as keen as it could be? I don't know. Yeah, so this was the other thing we saw. Oh, we have to have 6 claymen to do this one. Okay, we'll make a note of that. So Anth. I don't know. This thing about the port report, I don't know what... Okay, so bring 6x clay men and... get spleen plus bone sharpness for that. Could also practice holding the ceiling in place for 15 echoes to reduce terror. Oh, here, what's this? Chase down a polythreme exile. Okay, this looks interesting. Let's try this. Okay, so this is just like an alternate thing to do when you're carrying 6 claymen, I guess. That's what this is. Okay, let's chase down the polythreme exile. He's looking at the back of the femur and lung. This sharp flourishing is not for him. The femur and lung is a drinking house for 2 passageways along the bone barrow. The tables are crowded with miners and fungers. The clayman is ignored by the company, unwelcome. He shows you the palm of his hand, where triclinic crystals grow every which way, ragged and disorganized. It is difficult for clay to go sharp. Sometimes it succeeds, but the failures are awkward. Polythreme, make it clay again. Heal everything. Okay, so now we're carrying an exile back to polythreme. Okay. So polythreme. something to do there. Oops. Polythreme. Deliver clay man exile. Do I have any notes on Anth? How much terror this 15 will give me? If it gives me a decent amount, maybe I'll do it. Let's see. Practice holding the ceiling in place. -3 terror. I mean, would I be able to get back to London with less than 50 if I got -3 here? I mean, it's only 15 echoes. Maybe I'll just try once for this playthrough's sake. A proud display. Your skeleton bears a lot of the pressure, and your muscles and ligaments have been strengthened too. But much still depends on your muscular force. The weight of the rock depends on your shoulders, and your legs, and your lower back, and how can anyone support all that? But you managed long enough to win a hearty cheer and a heartier drink. Okay, so this is exactly what I had in my notes. Okay. So we don't have enough capacity to do the skin one. We'll come back here again when we have more hearts. Try to do this again. Or if we end up with some meter salt, I suppose. 4x meter salt somehow. I do have one when I log. Okay. We're going to pick up... Oh, we do have 1 meter salt. I did say I wanted to pick up some ambigothelas. How much was it? I just passed somewhere. It was the 3 of them in Chapel of Lights. Okay, we'll buy 3 of them. Maybe we'll head back to Chapel of Lights sometime. Do we need more fuel to get back to London from here? Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I should have at least 5 fuel, I think. Oh, we have 5. Okay. Well, let's get 6 of each just to be safe. Well, I mean, not that safe, but it's not gonna be any cheaper anywhere else. Okay, so let's explore this stuff. We can hit Abbey Rock if we want to. I'm not sure there's anything in Abbey Rock, but okay, I want to head this direction. Benicadus or something awaits there. Huh. Oh well. Guess we can go underwater for a little bit. We haven't been feeling underwater much today. Mostly because we've been doing map defogging. Map defogging is generally better done above ground, I'd say, but... This must be the Bonny Reefs that we're at the bottom of here. Get me out of this thing. I hate being stuck in those stupid slipstreams going the other direction. Okay, we'll probably get up here though, because we still want to explore the... I think you can still explore actually. You can still do fog, you just can't send your ZVAT out. Although it's unlikely to be anything for the ZVAT to find. I guess we'll just stay underwater for now until our oxygen gets a little lower. Terror does go up faster underwater, but that's because it's always dark under here. Although I think if you get to 50 terror, you start getting that skittering noise at some point. Or, I don't know if it's 50, but at some point there's like a skittering noise. They actually attacked us that one time. Yeah, sorry, he actually attacked us. Yeah, it's something to do with terror. Don't fully understand the mechanics of it yet. Haven't found Hideaway in any of our missions yet. This letter. What's this over here? A school of fish. Maybe that'll give us some supplies or something? We haven't encountered any of these yet. Yeah, 1 supplies. Okay, well, it's not nothing. Do I care about defogging this last section? Do I care about Demo Island, actually? Let's take a quick look at Demo. Don't think I care about going here. You can buy fuel supplies. You can do the factor. You can get 2 strange catches for a single lockbox. Oh, I am carrying a couple extra, but nah, I don't really care about that, I guess. What about Abbey Rock? Any reason for me to go there? Abbey Rock. Cavendish Abbey. I can get a strange cat. Oh, you can get Shintalak there. You can trade, what was it? Something awaits. Got a strange catch. Did we actually pick up any Shintalak? I forget. We wanted 1 for something. We don't have any. Okay, let's go to Abbey Rock then. We did need 1 Shintalak for something. And we need to look at the port report while we're here. So where was the dock? On the north side. We're running a little low on fuel. Maybe I'll buy 1 in Gator's Morn or something if they don't sell any here. Turn our light off. Although I was trying to keep our terror from being to 50. I don't think that's going to happen, but... You never know. When you're near land, you can keep your terror up. I mean, you can keep your terror a lot lower, but when you're sailing directly through the sea. Okay, so this is the thing we can trade a strange catch for Shintalak. We do want to do that, I think. We don't want to trade supplies. We get the port report. We could do the recent news. Have we done this? Watch the convent. What does the recent news do here? -2 terror. Well, we're heading back to London anyway. I guess I just said we want to keep terror low 50. And we're heading back. We did this before, I think. Yeah, I think we did this before. Okay, so we want to do the strange catch or the watch the convent option. Okay, the watch convent gives you a strange catch. And then this one trades a... Ensure you have enough space in your hold. We have plenty of space on our hold. We have 65 space on our hold. Okay, let's do this. The sisters need provisions for the Feast of Saint Nyot. Something fresh. They are prepared to pay with Shintalak. Oh, 1 Shintalak. Okay, well, definitely had space for that. A trade. Saint Nyot is the patron saint of fish. Your strange catch is probably close enough. A dark-skinned, unsmiling sister hands you a coffer. Gathered by our bravest sister, she says, before she lets you take it. It's a long dive to the reefs. The rocks are sharp. The currents are strong. Sometimes there are monsters. Chainmail whispers under her habit. Well, at least we have 1 Shintalak now. Don't have any news. We don't need to reduce terror with a hunting trophy. And there are no shops available. Okay. That's something down there. A little bit of a crab, but we're going this way. So we're a little low on supplies. I mean fuel rather, but we can at least make it to Gators Moor and then reevaluate. This thing here also sells fuel. It's like a rescue ship or something. It's not a good price, but if we were limping back to London and we just barely didn't have enough fuel, you can buy one. Right there. So we're heading to Gators Moor. I don't think we've been back to Gators Moor since we ransomed the pirate poet. I keep every session I'm like, oh, we should go back to Gators Moor to talk to the pirate poet, but like, it's never in our way. It's always like, we're always going north or south. We're never going like straight east. But this time, finally, we will head back to Gators Moor and get the port report and check with the pirate poet storyline if we can progress that at all. Entered the snares. Yeah, we're definitely getting what I would call dangerously low on fuel. I mean, I can turn our light off, but we're also really close to the 50 terrors. I'm trying to keep us from running out of fuel and above 50 terror. Yeah, I definitely gonna need to buy some fuel at Gators Moor. I think they sell it here. Again, I would love to get rid of this ship. This ship is bulky, although it's also carrying a lot of cargo for us. Like, the next best ship is the one only holds 70 in the hold. I mean, we're only at 61, but... Okay, do they sell fuel here? That is the question. Let's see what options we have available. Where's the pirate poet lady? No options, I guess, huh? Trade a drowning pearl for 2 salts. We don't have a drowning pearl. We don't have any pirate's pleasure. We don't have any more Bloomingtons. Well, where's the port report? This one? A modest challenge. We lost a crew member. Gained 5 terror. Oh, we didn't want that to happen. Oh, we got the port report. Got stabbed from a dice game. I think this happened to us before, probably. Oh well. We don't need to reduce our terror. I mean, we do actually. How much does this one reduce? Do I have that in my notes? -5 actually. That's definitely worth it. Yeah, 50. Well, 50 echoes, but I mean, otherwise we can explore the Moorn. Yeah, where was the? I'm surprised there's no option about the pirates. The pirate. There's explore the Moorn. Well, I do want to raise terror below 50, so I'm going to do this. It's a little expensive, though. A rousing evening, nevertheless. Your crew reaches the limpet, teaches the limpet a whole cycle of epically filthy sea shanties. At one point, you could swear you hear your name inserted in one of the more complex verses, but you maintain a diplomatic silence. It's a bad price for fuel, but we'll just buy one here. Don't need to do any of this stuff. There's some. Oh, we can sell freaking a red honey. Oh, we can sell a mirror. We have the box, but we don't have any sunlight in it yet. Although the box cost us 250, so even if we sold it with sunlight, it's only a profit of 50, which is not a ton. Is 2 enough to, I mean, 30 for fuel here. That's like super expensive. Actually, why did I even buy? I mean, I had to buy one, but I don't want to buy any more. 30 is like insane price for fuel. Let's triple the going rate. I don't even know. Maybe I could have made it back with one. Alright, well, we're reaching the end of our voyage here. Looks like we're going to make it back with just barely enough, less than 50, after we lowered it a couple times here right at the end of the playthrough. And we're going to make it back with just barely enough supplies and fuel, which is basically what you want to do, I think. That's kind of the best way to do it, is to make it back with just enough. You had just enough fuel and supplies to make it back to London. That means you planned your expenditures well, I think. I'm gonna stop here just to see what the price was. I paid 30 for fuel here. I'm curious to see if I'd gone to here, if it would have been cheaper than 30, but I just want to see. I don't know if it would have been or not. Just need to keep this below 50. We're at 48. Alright, so here it would have been 20. Okay, yeah, so it would have been better here, actually. I'm not going to propagation of, obviously, if you propagate the Blemmingtons, you can't do this. I don't have any Blemmingtons, so it doesn't matter. Okay, well, I wasted 10 echoes there, because I could have bought for 25 there instead of... We'd be on 0 at this number. Actually, we might be able to make it back even without the one that we bought for 30. I could have looked at my notes probably and seen that the light ship... We do need to go here... No, we did that already, never mind. I was going to say we did need to go to Bad Steveners Abyss. We actually did that. We would have just barely made it back if we hadn't bought that one extra fuel. 8, 6, 5, 3, 2. Okay, well, it would have been close. So let's say that. All right, we don't have any sunlight milled fear boxes. We don't have any stapes of uncramped souls or human souls or romantic literature, so we don't need to worry about paying or letting them do their worst. We'll collect our messages and we'll end it. This session here for today. We will go through all of our options, deliver all of our things we brought with us at the beginning of next session. So thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.